Today I am going to start off by streaming some Arclight Phoenix. I've streamed this deck a couple times in the past. It's obviously the best deck in Modern right now, but I finished top 8 in the Open in Cleveland this past weekend, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my list. This isn't actually exactly my list. I made a couple changes because there was definitely some things misbuilt about my deck list, and I'm going to jump into League, play it with the new Mulligan rule. Hey, Thomas, thanks for the bits. I really appreciate it. 25 bits. How's it going? Oh, man, they're all the little, like, triangles too. I love when you like spam a bunch of bits like that and they show up as like a block of bits. It's dope. Makes me feel good about myself. Anyways, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my deck list. Just specifically the changes I make. Because I mean, everybody's seen Phoenix at this point in time. You can check out my other videos or my article on Hipsters, our article on Hipsters the Coast if you want to see like a bunch of Phoenix lists. But the breakdown's not complicated. So a couple things I want to address. To start off with the mana base, I have only 4 basics. I really dislike the second mountain. I got made fun of a lot for the Sulfur Falls, but the Sulfur Falls is actually pretty good. It's like one of the best second lands you can have in your deck, and it is so much better than mountain. Oh my god. The second mountain has been horrific. The few times I've tried it, it's been just absolutely awful. So I really like the 4 basics. I think it's plenty, and I think the one of Sulfur Falls doesn't punish you as like the only land in your hand very often, and when it does, just use the New London Mulligan rule. So that's about it. I still do 4 Spirebluff Canal. I do 3 Steam Vents, which I guess some people will do too. Just like some small decisions. I really like 3 Steam Vents because you oftentimes will like mill one or want to discard one, and then maybe need to fetch one later. So having a higher quantity of those makes a lot of sense. Other than that, not a lot of rocket science going on in the mana base. Still on 2 surgicals. I don't have any gut shots, just don't really need them. They don't have a lot of targets right now. If you do have a lot of like humans and stuff like that in your metagame, maybe you should put gut shot back in your deck, but I don't think it's very good right now. I'm still like the one of Flame Slash is something I've kind of been doing the whole time instead of, what's it called? Instead of multiple Lightning Axes, I always played a Flame Slash, but in this list, I actually don't have any Lightning Axes at all. That card has just been absolutely awful for me. I don't find myself discarding Phoenixes to it very often, and so a lot of times it's just like literally a 1-mana removal spell I don't want to cast in like matchups where 1-mana removal spells are good, like humans or whatever, like wherever you'd want a 1-mana removal spell. Even in the mirror, like when I'm ready to kill a thing in the ice, I just like don't even want to kill their thing in the ice with my Lightning Axe because Lightning Axe 2-for-1s me. Because I'm never discarding Phoenixes with it. Faithless Looting has been more than enough on its own to discard Arclight Phoenixes, or just casting Arclight Phoenix has been fine, but like Lightning Axe is just not lined up well in any of the games I've played, and Flame Slash has been wonderful. Since I've always liked versions of the deck that play more Snapcaster Mages, I have really liked being able to play and snap Flame Slash in matchups like the Mirror, humans, like anywhere you would actually want a 1-mana removal spell, and it's just like a very good 1-mana removal spell to flash back. It's actually card advantage, and you know, there's a million reasons. Flame Slash has been awesome. You don't get to answer things like Colonnade or Baneslayer Angel, but with the innovation of the Echoing Truth, which is something pretty recent, we started adding bounce spells to the deck, you kind of can cover a lot of those like need for instant speed as well as like just a catch-all answer. You kind of catch that with Echoing Truth. Colonnades are still kind of a problem, but you get the idea. Like, this covers a lot of the bases that this doesn't. What'd you say? My play group has mainboard Graveyard Hate with Living End Grixis Electro Dominance version, so I took it apart and built Aetherworks Marvel. That's sweet. Are you winning? You've definitely played it more, but I've liked it a fair amount. I haven't played the Mirror yet, though, for whatever reason. Really? Yeah, I've played a lot of Mirrors, and actually, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Mirror, I guess, if we play it. If not, I'll try to talk about it at some point in the video. But I actually think you're almost supposed to take the draw against players that are less experienced in the Mirror, because it incentivizes them to flip Thing in the Ice, and from my experience, the first player to flip a Thing in the Ice in the Mirror loses. And I mean, that's just like kind of what's been going on for me. Like, as soon as they flip Thing in the Ice, they hit you for 7 and then can never win the game again. But we'll see if we can play the Mirror and it'll play out well. But I can kind of talk a little bit about the intricacies of it because I really love the Mirror. Anyway, continuing on, as you see, we have Echoing Truth. That covers so you can beat main deck and Snaring Bridges as well as main deck Chalices. It gives you a catch-all. It was great when I played against Zan Syed over the weekend. I played against him. He was playing Whir, and it was just like it literally single-handedly won the main deck game. So Echoing Truth has just been fantastic. There's multiple times it's been better than Set Adrift too. I did things like pick up multiple bridges, multiple Champion of the Parishes, just all kinds of stuff. The Echoing Truth was just amazing. And it doesn't fight your graveyard. Echoing Truth is like the biggest reason, I don't know, it's the biggest belief. I'm the biggest believer in this card over Set Adrift. Like, I don't hold a lot of like I think I'm just correct about things with Arclight, but I think Echoing Truth is just far and away better. Moving on, you got 4 Manamorphose, that makes a lot of sense. 2 Snapcaster Mages. I still like Snapcaster a lot in this deck. A lot of times when I'm sideboarding with this deck, I kind of take a blue-red control sideboard plan. Like, I have 4 counterspells on the board, and like I can kind of hold those up, which is a big reason why I still have Ops over Sleight of Hands. That's something I didn't cover. I still have Opt, being able to flip thing in the ice and instant speed, as well as hold up my cantrips, at like my counterspells, and still be able to cantrip if I don't want to cast a counterspell. There we go. That's how you say that. Has been very, very good. So I really like being able to kind of convert into a blue-red control deck, and it's been very good in a lot of the combo matchups. Things like Ad Nauseam and Storm and all the decks that are like theoretically Goldfish faster than you. You can just kind of play this control route and eventually just like do your explosive turn way later in the game. Where it's still going to be just as impactful, but like you get to kind of insulate yourself from dying early on, just being raced. I only played 2 Ascensions at the Open. I cut a Crackling Drake from my list in the Open here. Moved one to the sideboard over the Planeswalker slot, because Pyromancer Ascension is just the best thing to be doing in the mirror and against fair decks. The only reason we have Crackling Drake at all, in my opinion, is to beat things like Rest in Pieces and Leyline of the Voids. And so I still want 2, I think, in my 75, but I kind of want to find room to put this in the sideboard too. But, like, it's a fine thing to have access to as a 1-of in the main deck. But Pyromancer Ascension is the thing you want to be doing on turn 2. Like, it's the biggest reason not to just take the draw all the time in the mirror, I think. Because they can sometimes, instead of like this on turn 2, they will play this. And this card on turn 2 in the mirror is just, like, backbreaking. Like, it is going to win you the game where otherwise, like a Thing in the Ice or whatever, anything else you could do on turn 2 is much less impactful and doesn't really matter that much. Like, Pyromancer Ascension is just kind of the trump card, and it's been amazing. I started with 1 in my deck because I wasn't really that much of a believer. I didn't want to commit to the graveyard more. I put a second one in my deck for the Open, and it was absurd. So I'm willing to try a third. I'm scared I'm going to get flooded on them, but I just want to be able to mulligan to having an impactful play on turn 2 that will let me have a very, very impactful turn 3, and I think Pyromancer Ascension really enables that. Snapcaster plays a different role. Like, a lot of times you see these cards fighting for the same spot, but I don't think that they cover the same role. Like, I don't think they do the same things. And I want more of this card when I'm sideboarding than I want this card. Oftentimes we board this card out. But it is very, very good in the main deck games. And in specific matchups like the Mirror, where you really want them after sideboarding, you really, really want them. So I'm going to try a third. I'm going to try that today. I think it's where I want to be. Lastly, the 4 Arclights and then the Crackling Drake I kind of covered. All right, what's up, Dilly? Dilly G. All right, without Lightning Axe, how do you answer Grixis Shadow threats like Gurmag? Makes sense now. Okay, I explained it. Excellent, excellent. Sorry, I'm like kind of going back and tracking through this as I'm like completing thoughts. What's up? What's up? Yeah, Tron's a hard matchup, Nick. That's why I had Molten Rains on my deck, which I'll talk about the sideboard here in a second. But I had Molten Rains to try to make the Tron matchup better, and it was still awful. Thomas, haven't fully built it yet. It's almost done. How do you feel about Pact? Or better stated, Pact of Negation? Thomas, in what deck? Are you talking about in Phoenix? Because I don't think it's very good in Phoenix. I mean, I think the card's obviously powerful. Like, it's played in Ad Nauseam and Amulet, so it's like obviously a very powerful card, but I don't think it's very good in this deck. Oh yeah, in this deck I don't think I would play it, because a lot of the times it's going to be worse than Dispel. Like, Dispel costs 1 more mana than Pact does, but like the downside of having to pay the mana, because there's also times you're not going to kill them on the turn you're going off. Like, a lot of times Phoenix hits for like 13 damage or whatever, 15 damage. You just hit them for a lot, but they're not dead, and you don't want to play your 5th land in order to have to pay for this. Like, you just don't want to have 5 lands in play a lot of the time. A big reason why I wanted to cut Crackling Drake is a lot of times you don't even want 4 mana in the main deck games. You just want to be able to stop at 3 mana, discard the extras to Faithless Looting, and yeah, just like, that's where you get a lot of your power, is you don't flood out like other decks do because you're discarding extra lands to Faithless Looting. So I don't really ever want to have to pay for a Pact of Negation, and a lot of times we're not going to be able to kill our opponents. So I think it's going to be worse than like the 1 mana counter spells like Dispel, Spell Pierce. Even Swan Song is probably like better, right? Because like I realize it's more of a catch-all like Pact is, but I don't think it's the downside. I think is too steep. All right, we'll cover the sideboard real quick. Still a big fan of the 4 counter spells. They're very impactful in your combo matchups where you really need them. They also can be, like being able to tailor your counter spell suite allows you to convert better into a blue-red control deck when sideboarding. So I really like having access to these 4 counter spells. I don't think I would touch these anytime soon. In the Arclight group, they asked me about the 4 surgicals. I kind of tried to talk about that. Surgical's better in multiples, so like if I played 3 surgicals and a Ravenous Trap, that Ravenous Trap's kind of wacky. And the fact that like this card would be a Ravenous Trap instead of a 4 surgical actually makes the rest of my surgicals worse, because surgical extractions are better in multiples against graveyard hate decks. I mean against decks where graveyard hate is good. So like if I'm playing the Mirror, right, and like I have a Ravenous Trap and a surgical, like I'd rather surgical their Phoenixes than like surgical Thing in the Ice or whatever, and just like try to strip threats from their deck now that I'm already, like now that they've already answered the graveyard part of their deck, I kind of want to strip them from threats. Whereas like a Ravenous Trap instead of the second surgical would look really dopey, or just like Ravenous Trapping them the first time and getting rid of like 1 or 2 of their Phoenixes makes the surgical that has to hit their other Phoenixes later like kind of serving a redundant role. So like that's just one example. Dredge is another example. Like Ravenous Traps is oftentimes like more heavily impactful against Dredge, but you can also just assemble a pile of surgicals and either go after all of Dredge's dredgers, or you could go after their enablers / payoff cards, and your critical mass of surgicals is really important there because you're going to be able to strip all this stuff out, whereas just hitting like a subset of everything with Ravenous Trap is just not playing to that game plan. So like if we wanted to have all 4 Ravenous Traps, maybe that would make more sense, but obviously in the main deck you want to be able to cast Surgical Extraction proactively. So the point at which you already have 2 surgicals, I think that if you're going to play 2 more graveyard hate pieces in this sideboard, it should just be 2 more surgicals. And I don't know, I've had very good experience with it and I've liked it a lot. Still a big fan of the Shatterstorm for decks like Whir. Can occasionally come in against that mono red prison deck that's popping up. It's still just an Ensnaring Bridge Chalice deck, so that's one of the best decks against us. Just like Ensnaring Bridge plus Chalices, even though it's fringe, having access to 1 in our deck with all our cantrips is just a very important thing for us to have. Any of the Gods I still like for our creature decks. Creature decks have been popping up a lot. Also kind of pulls double duty as another piece of graveyard hate against Dredge, where you can just exile all their creatures in play. So still a big fan of this one. Don't bring it in a lot, but when I do, it's very, very impactful. And once again, it's just like Shatterstorm, where it's like, here's a kind of expensive card that we don't want to bring in all the time, but like having access to 1 is very, very important. In the open, these Blood Moons were Molten Rains, but Molten Rain was pretty bad because there's a lot of Amulet on the SCG tour, and as I said in the article, like Blood Moon is much better against Amulet than Molten Rain is. And so for SCGs, like there's just no reason to not be playing Blood Moons in my opinion. If your metagame has a lot of Tron, I would play more Molten Rains, and then like, you know, obviously you can pair those with surgicals, you kind of sideboard a different way. But now that we have, like if I'm playing in an open, specifically an SCG open, so if I'm playing Magic and I'm playing Arclight, I want the Blood Moons instead. They're just better there. Notably, the Molten Rains are also better against control decks. Like Blood Moon is much worse against control than Molten Rain is. Shattering Spree for Whir? Yeah, just bringing my head. What would you modify in Aetherworks? Oh, I don't know. I wanted Breaches. I remember that. When we played the League, we didn't have Breaches, and I think that could be a good like Breach deck, where a Breach could be a hit to get things out of your hand too. I think Breach plays well with Marvelworks. Marvelworks, yeah. Abrade's still just like a staple. Hits artifacts, hits creatures, just does it all. It's a very flexible red card. Flame Slash to kind of be for the Mirror is also another 1-mana removal spell against the creature decks, which, like I said, are still popping up a little bit. Beacon Bolts, your haymaker against like decks like Shadow and Green-Black, where like they could be exiling your graveyard, they could be doing a lot with like Nihilist Spellbombs and stuff, and you still want to be able to like kill big fat Shadows and big fat like Gurmags and stuff like that. Beacon Bolt's your card. It's been insane. I've really, really liked it. I've tried to find room for a second multiple times, but at the end of the day, Shadow and Black-Green aren't popular enough to justify a second, but if they pick up in popularity, I would play a second. And last but not least, I got the Jason the Mindscope to my sideboard for the second Crackling Drake. This will round out your like ability to beat Ley Lines and Rest in Pieces. And like having an Ascension in our deck is kind of what actually was added to the deck over the Jace, because if you notice, we cut a Crackling Drake for the main deck, put it in the sideboard, then cut the Jace entirely. But that made room for another Ascension, and I think Ascension's just better in the fair matchups anyway, and in the mirror. So if that's true, then like there's no reason to have Jace, and we should just have more Ascensions. Like we should probably have 4 Pyromancer Ascension before we have 1 Jace in our 75 at this point in time, I think. So let's play some Magic. Thanks for sitting through that. I wanted to talk a little bit about where I am at after the Open. I'm not thinking about the Esper control deck at all. Like I kind of think so. Going into this league, before we get started, the London Mulligan rule is live, so I have no idea. This deck is not metagamed at all for whatever people are playing online. I'm just kind of playing to kind of hopefully walk you guys through where I'm at on my development in Phoenix and kind of show you guys how I play the deck and stuff like that, and how this version plays out. So hopefully teach you guys things. But I don't know what people are playing for the London Mulligan role, and I also don't know how many more people picked up Esper. I know people love their control decks, and like Esper Control just did well in both an Open and a Classic, and like on the same weekend. So there's a good chance there's a lot of it, and my deck is not really tuned to beat that. I don't know how big of a player that's going to be. So let's just jump in. Let's do it. Let's play some magics. Oh. Boop. Jack Daly. Dilly Dally. Jack, I'm going to go with Daly. MTG, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Let me know if I butchered your name. It's very likely I butchered your name, and I apologize greatly if I did so. Boop. Alright, let's play some Phoenix. Flapper. Anybody else in my chat go to Cleveland? You got it. I'm owning. I'm a professional. Can just nail people's names. We're doing it. Ugh. I'm tempted to keep this. I'm going to draw, which is kind of weird, but I also kind of want to use the London Mulligan roll. It seems like reasonable, though. It's hard. I think it's hard to justify mulliganing this, in my opinion. We don't have an impactful 2-drop, though, and we also don't have red mana. This does feel like it's just trying to get there. Alright. I'm willing to mulligan it. Oh, look how powerful this is. Look how powerful. Alright, keep. What does it want me to do now? Did I put a card on bottom yet? Put a card on the bottom of your library. Alright. Well, we have 2 Phoenixes for this Faithless Looting. We have a cantrip already. So I'm tempted to just put this Thought Scour on bottom. Because the second Phoenix... I could put the Ascension on bottom. How wild is that? Because we have a 2 Phoenix draw instead of a Pyromancer Ascension draw, but we need to use a cantrip to find a land. So it's going to be important to have the other cantrip, right? God, this is already incredibly challenging to mulligan. So I feel like the obvious answers are like Thought Scour or Arclight Phoenix on the bottom. Well, here's the real considerations. It's like Pyromancer Ascension, Arclight Phoenix, or Thought Scour. So that like if we're on a just cast a bunch of spells draw, then we can put the Ascension on bottom and just plan to kill him with these 2 Phoenixes. But I think we can have it all. I think we can have our cake and eat it too. So we can just like cut a cantrip since we already have 2 and try to find a land plus a cantrip. That still feels like we're asking a lot. I'm tempted to just put this Ascension because we don't have the land. But we're on the draw. Let me get rid of the Ascension. You'd Ascension. You want to sculpt an aggro draw, right? Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. Bogles? Have they read Thing in the Ice? Blech. I mean, we're probably going to die to it because, like, we're on the draw. I think being on the draw against Bogles is pretty rough. Yeah, go. I don't actually know if it's just a fetch shock. Because, like, I'm not sure that it actually matters if we hit or not because we're not going for it next turn. So we can just, like, still main phase it. I don't know. Hopefully they, like, screw up, play, like, 1 enchantment, and then try to, like, Daybreak Cornet. But the problem is they played a forest on turn 1, so that's, like, not going to happen. Because they just can't cast Daybreak Cornet off of a forest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this deck... There's apparently some Bogles Reanimator deck I saw Zach Allen posting about on Twitter. I don't know if it's, like, a real deck or what's going on, but... yeah, that's fine. I'll take 3. This is like another Rancor. It's a spider. Bruh. Is rough. Let's see. Is it worth 2 damage to shock? I don't know that it is. I'm actually not going to. I'm going to hold my spells here. This is aggressive. No! Alright, well. We need to find a land. Another thing in the ice. Oh no. Oh no. Should have put an Arclight on bottom. Your forehead, Drake. I think we can actually still win this game, ironically. Like, we're going to take a hit here. They need to, like, they'd have to have Daybreak, I guess, to kill us. Let's see if they have it. But we stumbled. Because we can't afford to take 2 hits. And they also put 2 enchantments on their thing before Daybreaking. Oh, blue mana. Insane. Daybreak. Oh, that's fine. Maybe we do have a chance. We have to spike a land, but maybe we do have a chance. Ethereal? What you got? You're still thinking. Ooh, okay. It's a shitpost from Reddit, not a real deck. Alright. I mean, I believe it, but yet here we are playing against Bogles. Alright, yeah, we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Maybe we're not dead. Okay, now we're definitely dead. Jeez, man. That's a beating. That was pretty disgusting. Alright, well, Spell Pierce seems attractive. Bolts seem much better than any other spot removal. Crackling Drake's probably good. They are a Rest in Peace deck. Blood Moon might also be good. I've seen Blood Moon be good. Put it in the consider pile. Where's my Spell Piercers? Put them out here. Boop, boop. This is worth considering. This is worth considering. This is worth considering. I think the removal that hits only creatures is really bad. Even the bolts are kind of sketchy. I think these are not great. What else sucks? Is Ascension bad? Ascension seems fine. It's bad against Rest in Peace. Maybe Snapcaster's not very good because like our control plan isn't great. It doesn't really block well. We're not really trying to grind. I could buy that like Snapcaster's not awesome. Like we just want Thing in the Ice, right? So we're just like these are better cards. Like these like are both slow. These are better slow cards. Surgical seems really bad. Snapcaster, if that opt was a sleight of hand, your hand would have been a lot better. I don't even think that's true, right? Because like we still saw both cards. That's actually just strictly not true, right? Because we knew we were looking for a land. Opt is better when you're looking for a specific card. So we bottomed a card we didn't want and then drew again, right? And then it's just like none of them were lands. So it actually was just it was functionally the same there, but in that case I don't know, it was just functionally the same as we knew what we were looking for. Anyway, I'm gonna submit this. I think I like Crackling Drake because it blocks like I think it can like reasonably block a like Boggle later, so maybe it'll like stonewall them. It also just like flies over Rest in Peace. Why doesn't it like this? It's like grayed out. Anyway, this hand's reasonable. We don't have a turn 2 play, which is kind of awkward. Like, there's definitely merit, I think, to trying to find a Thing in the Ice. But I think with the Blood Moon, like, we're on the play. Like, between Blood Moon, Echoing Truth, and, like, having a Phoenix looting Morphose draw already set up, we're, like, in pretty good shape. So, we're just gonna pass. Bagel. You know this doesn't cast a Glade Cover Scout? This land is incredibly bad. So now this is weird. Because, like, I had planned to just kind of go for it, but we drew the island. So, like, now I kind of want to just Echoing Truth whatever enchantment they put on the Boggle, and then, like, Blood Moon them. I think that's what I wanted to do. Should play this, I guess. I actually should have played this. It's fine, though. We'll hold up Counter Magic. Represent it. No! What is this? It's just half of Plains. Taking some L's. That's fine. Alright. Cast. Target Curious Obsession. Alright, you can gain 2 life. I'm fine with that. But, I'm sorry, you can gain a life. But you're not casting Curious Obsession. That's big brain. Curious Obsession is sweet. Oh no! Punish. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm just going to Blood Moon. Alright, stop. Hopefully this will constrict them to having a 1-1 for the entire game. And we can, like, actually do stuff next turn. But if they just play, like, a freaking island or whatever, I'm going to hate myself. Alright, this should cut them off casting everything except, like, Ethereal Armors, Core Spirit Dancers, and, like, Path to Exiles or whatever. Alright. It sucks to kind of blow this Morphose. Red, red. We haven't played a land yet, so we're just going to cast this and make blue-red. That way we have access to 2 blue if it becomes relevant for whatever reason. Blue-red. Thing in the Ice. Well, that's really frustrating. What are the chances we hit? Oh, so if we play Thing in the Ice off this, and we cast Faithless Looting, we have to hit a blue spell off Faithless Looting to get Arclight Phoenix back. It's not the wildest plan. And Thing in the Ice is pretty good. Alright, I'm going to cast Thing in the Ice. I think this is close. This is a close decision. Because they could just have Path. Whatever, I'm just going to cast this. And then we'll play this. And we're going to cast Faithless Looting. Always yield. We're going to update a blue spell. Where are you going? This is an interesting decision. Draw a card, draw a card. Hey, look, we would have hit. Never mind, we're awesome. Everything's perfect. We're great at this game. Got him. The old Blood Moon tech. Santos Blood Moon's occasionally good. I think your odds are high. Yeah, like, I didn't do the math. Like, that was far from a calculated risk. But, like, what did we have? We had 4, 8. We couldn't cast this. 10. 12 cards? Yeah, we had 12 real cards that we could cast. No, okay, my chances were actually lower than I was kind of hoping. Like, there's no surgicals in the deck, so I guess that makes a lot of sense. The weird cards in my deck feels like the Crackling Drakes and Snapcaster still feels weird. Crackling Drake makes sense. Snapcaster feels weird. Like, I'm wondering if I should have like an Anger of the Gods in my deck, but on the draw, Anger of the Gods is much worse because you're just like never ever going to catch a Boggle with it, right? So it feels like if I wanted this card, I would have wanted it on the play and not on the draw. So I think I'm just gonna submit. Rip Bogles. You can drew so many lands. I think you have to go for it. I'm inclined to agree with you, Snapcaster Mage. Well, we're definitely exercising this mulligan rule. This seems like an easy keep. Put Drake on bottom. Bye. We have a. See, this is what I'm talking about. We have this Spell Pierce plus Thought Scour up on turn 1, so like we can Spell Pierce like any enchantments they want to put on the thing. Might do that. I also kind of want to attack the Daybreak, so there's a chance I'm not supposed to. Oh god, but now we have 2. We really want equity out of these, so I'm just gonna play it. Just gonna hold up Spell Pierce. I really want to use it. Hopefully they'll be stuck on lands too. Oh well, they're not. We're never lucky. Do I care about Reach and Totem Armor? I don't know. This has a target. I'm going to use it. Target! I just want to make sure we have a target. There's no risk of Curious Obsession. The Ethereal Armor was the one I was scared of. I was like, if they have an Ethereal Armor too, I'd rather Spell Pierce that, but Reach matters. Am I shocking this in? I think so. Yes. I'm going to tap it. Do Serum Visions? Yeah, let's Serum Visions. Try to get something going here. That land sucks. This land also sucks. This cantrip's good, though. Now we're going to try to Spell Pierce again. Their clock is pretty slow. Hopefully they have a Daybreak that we can Spell Pierce. That'd be really nice. Hey, look at that. We're owning. Boop. Look at that. Look at that. This game's just going great. Mana Tithe. Mana Tithe me. More Bogles are fine. They have 1 card in hand. Irritates. Opts. I think I want to try to find a 2-drop, so let's lead off with an Opt. That's a land. Get that out of here. Pyromancer Ascension. Look at this. I'm so freaking good at this game. Just try to find a 2-drop, find it immediately. Everything's great. We're so good at this game. Please don't have another Daybreak. That'd be really frustrating. So right now they have a... They should have cracked that Canopy pre-combat, right? Did they mess up? No, they should have a Spirit Dancer. Oh no! This is the worst. Ugh, that sucks. You sack this at any point. Let's see if we can get him to just like sack it. Opt. Always yes, always yield. Finding a 2-drop. They're really considering blowing this up. Morphose. That's pretty good. That on top. Let's Thought Scour myself. What do they have? A 3-turn clock right now. Hit another land and build a thing in the ice, obviously. I think we have to keep going on the cantrips. Like, we're just not really accomplishing anything right now. An island. Just need to get some cards moving. Make blue-red just to cover ourselves in whatever we would draw. I wanted to use this after the Ascension. Another land. Jeez. The bolts are looking pretty embarrassing here. Like, I left them in my deck because they seem better than a lot of, like, the random stuff we could put in it instead. But I would much rather have an Ascension here. Because if they find an enchantment, we're just going to die pretty quick. Oh, no, they found an enchantment. 5, 6, 7. We go to 3. This has to be a good one. It's not a good one. It blocks. Technically, we live. Alright. Oh, we made all freaking blue. I'm a genius. Boop. Ooga ooga. What's up, Diggy? We've drawn quite the feast or famine. We're going to die to Bogles. Do not want to block. I don't know why they haven't just blown this up, but I guess they're trying to... They're somehow worried about Blood Moon. Does this have trample? Not yet. Alright, we're going to end up going to 1. I don't know what our outs are. We probably don't have any. It probably involves like a looting and multiple birds and stuff like that. And to be able to block and then like untap and find a thing and just have spells. Just like asking so much. Alright, well that got a little harder for no reason. Well, we found a thing to turn it on. Yeah, they correctly identified that they need to blow that up. There's a looting. Faithless Looting. Lots of birds. These aren't birds. Boop. We need more birds. We need a lot more birds. We hit one more bird. Blue. This has to be like, what? Another looting? No! Why don't you guys die to bolts? Anger would look really good here. Maybe I should have had the anger in my deck. I didn't expect them to have this kind of a draw. I think we're just dead. We can, like, bolt them. Bring 2 birds back. Block, block, very dead. Cool. Oh no, we died to Bogles. This matchup sucks. Actually, the matchup's probably fine. You should actually draw your thing in the ices. Bolt should be an anger, I think. That's a lot of mana. Yeah, I think we could reasonably cut a bolt. I mean, my plan was to be a little more aggressive in the matchup. It didn't pan out, obviously, but my plan for that matchup was to be a little more aggressive, so I was kind of treating the bolts as, like, going to be able to time walk. Also, if we randomly catch a core Spirit Dancer or whatever, that's absolutely backbreaking. So, like, leaving the bolts in to just, like, help our aggressive plan, as well as, like, maybe sometimes catch a core Spirit Dancer seemed like a pretty fine plan to me. Obviously, it didn't pan out, but I think you're right. I think we could have got 1 bolt for the Anger of the Gods, and that would have been a reasonable thing to do. Sounds great. Well, we'll keep... Southern Mulligan roll has been nice. There's a lot of, like, interesting decisions going on. Although, I guess Bogles does get better with the Mulligan roll, right? Because one of their biggest problems is supposed to be 8-rack. I really don't want to play against 8-rack. Deck is unfun. They took Morphose? Aggressive. Okay. I don't know what that means. I might should have played this. I find it unlikely I'm going to want both cards, though. In before I want both cards. And don't draw a land. Well, I want... Yeah, I only want one of these. I could leave it on top just in case, but I really only want the Morphose. Alright. Hopefully their next turn will tell me what kind of... Oh, what are they doing? What is this? If they're 8-rack, we want Ascension. If they're, like, anything that plays creatures, we want Thing in the Ice. Smallpox. Alright, yeah, well, they're definitely 8-rack. Yeah, this is miserable. Discard a card. This. It's not going to be good. Okay. Discard another Fetid Heath. What is this mana base? You have to, like, sack this because your hand is, like, bad. Sack a land. You got it. Wow. keep the filter land. I guess you should have a bunch of lands in hand. Sure. Okay, you got it. I think if we could get Ascension into play, we'd be in good shape, but I guess we're just going to get racked out of this game. Godless Shrine. You got it. 8 rack. Yeah, the decks people are playing are wild. Exclamation point frenzy. Friendly frenzy. Just like duress me for 2 mana. That doesn't even take my Ascension. Why are you like this? Shock. The fact it doesn't take Ascension makes me want to spew this to try to hit a land. Watch, we're going to hit lands off of it. Hey, we hit an Arclight Phoenix. That's actually pretty reasonable. Also makes our turn better if we draw a land. They're probably going to take, like, Morphos. I can see them taking Morphos. Looting's also a reasonable tech, though. But Looting's card disadvantage, and they want me to be down cards. Okay. Obviously. Alright, let's try to hit a land. There's a land. Snapcaster seems like it's going to be hard to get to work. Could have maybe opted into, like, Surgical exactly. I think that's a pretty loose plan. Here comes Liliana the Veil. No. Smallpox. Dotsies. It's fine. Makes sense. They got a rack too. Their last card. Do not. So I have an Arclight Phoenix in the yard, but I have no spells to get it started. And I also don't have a 2-drop. I want to try to find a 2-drop, I think. This land lets me flashback looting, but I don't really want to do that. Alright, I'm just going to bottom it. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Here's a thing. Cool. We're set up to play like a reasonable game of Magic, I think. Like, we do want to draw the land now that we have drawn a 2-drop. Like, I was aggressively digging for, like, cantrips to find a 2-drop, but we do want to try to find a, like... Oh, wow, do they have a Smallpox? Oh, sure, that's fine. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, boop. I think we're probably dead. I don't know what it would have to look like for us to win this game, but it's not this. We can maybe catch the Liliana with this Crackling Drake, but they know about it, so I doubt they're going to be bad enough to, like, screw this up. What is this? Okay. Make a 2/2. Okay. Okay. I don't really get this. Am I supposed to just, like, bounce this? This play does not make any sense to me. Yeah, whatever. Let's draw. Looting. Weird. I feel incentivized to take another turn before going for it. Like, if they draw exactly like a Thoughtseize effect, then sure. But, like, I just, like, don't care about this. Don't really care about this. And, like, definitely don't care about this. So, like, I want to set up having enough spells to, like, make stuff happen. This is fine. They discarded a Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Wild. Okay. Yeah, this is fine too. So if I can set up 3 spells, we can... Like, I want to draw another spell or a 1-drop. That way I'm not looking for both of them off of Faithless Looting, which is the reason I waited a whole turn. My only consideration now is whether or not this Echoing Truth is worth casting. I don't think it is. We're just going to try to hit a land or a 1-mana cantrip, which we found. So now we can... If all we need to do is hit a land, and we can cast all this stuff. So... I think I'm supposed to Serum Visions first. That means I'm not looking for a specific type of land. Let's Serum Visions first. Alright, yeah, this is great. Put this on bottom, this on top. Cast Faithless Looting. a Morphos doesn't really matter. Thought Scour doesn't really matter. I guess Echoing Truth is just kind of bad. Just discard Echoing Truth. Discard Manamorphose. We're gonna kill both Planeswalkers. Yeah, this is fine. And we're gonna cast the Thought Scour since that's an upgrade over the Flame Slash. All right. Well, we did not hit another Arclight Phoenix, but that's okay. Boop. Get back to Phoenixes. This deck is wild. All right. This one's gonna attack Soren. This one's gonna attack Liliana. 2 Planeswalkers. The way my opponent played this late game is really weird to me. Mostly shit. They have souls, sure. Watch them have souls now. Be pretty embarrassing. Oh, it's just another Planeswalker. Obviously, just top deck more 4-mana Planeswalkers. This doesn't make sense to you? I don't get it. Are they gonna attack with this? Wild. Like, I'm just like gonna kill all their Planeswalkers every turn. I don't understand. Okay. I guess. You did it. It's a dead Planeswalker. I just really don't care about this, but I feel like it could kill me eventually, so I'm just gonna Flame Slash it now. And then we're gonna attack and kill Soren and just leave them top decking against me having 2 birds and 2 cards in hand. Soren. It's wild to me. It's incredibly wild to me that in the same game that we've been Smallpoxed, they've shown me 3 4-mana Planeswalkers. How does this deck building decision make sense? Like, why do you not have the card The Rack in your deck? Because I could not beat it right now. Like, I could not beat the card The Rack. But, like, instead you decided to put 4-mana Planeswalkers in your deck. I just don't understand. Just flashback of Faithless Looting. Set up to bring back this Arclight next turn. Oh, wow. Boop. Boop. Alright, I think they're dead. I think they're dead in 2. What is this? Puts them to 14. Then we have 9 plus 6. Yeah, we have them dead in 2 turns. So if they break here, they're dead. Because Arclight is ridiculous. This has been a wild game. If they have souls, then I guess that kind of matters, but not really. Ooh, Urborg, powerful. They bricked. Okay, opt. Bottom. Play this thing. Red. Bolt you. Bolt you. Combat. Bring back a flapper. Where are you going? I don't understand. Opponent, you have all these broken Fetid Heaths, of which I think you have 4. Can we talk about this? They've seen in the top, what, 20? No, I'm sorry, 17 cards in their library. They've shown me 3 Fetid Heaths. How does this card make sense? Like, you're in a Smallpox deck. If you like are looking at multiple Fetid Heaths or like Plains Fetid Heath, and you have to like Smallpox, like what is this? What is this deck building? How do you have Plains in your Smallpox deck with your Fetid Heaths? I guess this is what your plan is. Your plan is to draw your Fetid Heath with your Plains to cast your Smallpox. It's just like a very reasonable plan, I guess. Well, whatever. Oh, tilts. Spellpierce feels good. Crackling Drake seems not only slow but terrible. They have a bunch of Planeswalkers. I don't know what beats like a crap ton of Planeswalkers. What's up? People can't build mana bases. That's old news. Well, it's just like their fundamental plan for their deck doesn't make any sense because they have Smallpox in their deck that has clearly a pile of 4-mana Planeswalkers. That is not a sequitur train of logic. It's just like, what is your plan to play the average game? I don't know. If they're a Lingering Souls deck, I really want Anger the Gods, and I assume they're a Lingering Souls deck. So I'm going to put Anger the Gods on my deck, even though we did not see Lingering Souls. And if they Souls me, then we feel smart. If they don't, I feel a little dumber. I really don't want super card disadvantage cards. Echoing Truth picks up like multiple tokens, so it kind of functions as another sweeper for Lingering Souls and like the tokens like we saw. So I think I'm going to do this. I need to make sure I'm not dumb. Ooh, Dennis. I would bring in some Artie hate. You never know. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. The Echoing Truth, is the Echoing Truth not going to be enough, you think? It's either that or mana base is cheap as fuck on MTGO, and that's the concern. That's fair. That's a fair concern. Something tells me it's for Rip? Oh my god. There's no way they have Rip in their Lingering Souls deck, right? Fine. This is the worst. So we need to take 4 cards out of my deck. Maybe Spell Pierce is just a waste of time. Like, maybe I'm just not supposed to be... Yeah, I don't want to draw this when I'd like to draw cantrips, right? I really don't want Surgical in my deck, though. I really don't want any of this in my deck. So I'll put, like, Abrade in my deck. Like, kills their creatures as well as, like... Kills a creature if they have one. Also, like, can pull up an artifact. Like, if they have Ensnaring Bridges in their sideboard. Which is reasonable. Like, it's reasonable for them to have Ensnaring Bridge in their sideboard. Snapcaster Mage doesn't seem awesome because it just requires a lot of lands. Maybe this is bad. Watch Brews roll in with their no white-black basics in their Kaya's Wrath deck for the next few weeks. Yes. There's no way they have 3 field either. Alas, you think they have 3 fielder rune in their deck? There's no way. There's no way. We shouldn't make any strong statements about what the opponent does or does not have in their deck. You know, Dennis, that's really fair. That's very, very fair. Alright, this hand is god-awful, but I'm going to keep it because it's functional. Like, they're going to take our Ascension, but we have 2 lands, which is attractive. We're going to play the island first, so if we get Smallpox, we still have access to red. That's about all that's interesting going on with this hand. The opponent has broken the time-space continuum. That they have. They're just much smarter than I am. Leyline of the Void. Whoever told me to keep the Crackling Drakes in, you're a genius. Also, this Ascension looks god-awful. Oh, what'd they bolt to? They bolt to 6? Duress me? You got it. Well, did they take the Ascension? You took the Ascension. Opponent. Why? Why are you like this? Why did you take the Pyromancer? This is what this card is for! What are you doing? Stop! Opponent! Whatever. I'm probably just dead this game, too. It's, like, comical. It's just like, they can make decisions at random. It just never matters. Smallpox. It's just casting this is, like, unreasonable, right? Alright, yeah, we're discarding this. This is at least an Ambush Viper. Another Leyline! My opponent is a master. They have 1 card in hand. 1 land in play, a Leyline. And I have like 5 cards in hand. What is their plan? Shock this. Yes. Go. Like, they have 1 card in hand. They do not have the resources. I hope their hand's like a bunch of 4-drops. Like, this just does not make sense. They do not have the resources to do anything. Duress you. Thoughtseize. Alright, well, let's try to draw land. Sure, I'll Thought Scour myself. Mill 2 lands. We did mill a land. Alright. Ooh, and a looting we can't flashback. Excellent. Probably going to take looting here. Makes the most sense. Take Thing in the Ice. Can't cast that. Okay. Alright, let's try to find a land. Card disadvantage myself to try to get something going here. Lands, please. Alright. Let's get a bolt out of here. I'm going to keep Ambush Viper around. Might just discard 2 bolts. Although they are at 14. So if we discard Bolt Looting, how many turns does it take? They're at a virtual 8 and it's a 4-turn clock? I really don't want to discard 2 bolts. Alright, what do we got? That's Cosmic level. Now we have 1 goal. Not to bait Crackling Drake into an Edict effect. They also took a dead card. No use questioning opponent's judgment. Why keep the other looting? In case we, like, I don't know, our hand's kind of bad. It's just like a bunch of bolts, right? Like, so there's two theories here. Either we are going to try to kill our opponent with these bolts by just casting them, and that's our plan. We're going to, like, go all in on this Snappy Boy and these bolts, and, like, we're going to, like, aggressively be bolting our opponent. Or we're going to treat these opponents as, these bolts as dead cards, and we're going to, like, try to, like, looting through them and get real cards out of it. So, like, either we're going to cast these Faithless Lootings and discard Lightning Bolts the whole time, or we're going to try to keep as many of these bolts as we can. I'm leaning towards discarding Bolt Looting, and then we have a, like, clean 4-turn clock. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But, like, there is merit to considering the line where we just, like, discard 2 bolts here. And then, like, play land, go, take another draw step. Like, maybe play a Snapcaster then, and then try to discard this bolt later. But that just does not sound as good, so we're going to discard this. Boop. Narnian? Narinan? I'm going to go with Narinan. That's probably so wrong. Narinan. Yeah. Narinan. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. These opponents. Yo, listen. I'd say 2 people can't be that stupid, but I played Magic too long. Narinen. Alright. I'm on top of it. Sorry. I'm really stupid. Bolt you. Look at this. This is good, clean bolting. Do we play this? I might hold this for a looting for now. Yeah, I want to hold it. It doesn't make a ton of sense to hold it, but it doesn't really make a ton of sense to play it either. Like, we're not going to draw Crackling Drake, right? Blue, red. I like how they haven't drawn a land. They smallpox me and mana screwed themselves. My opponent has a Galaxy Brain. Oh. Place land now. Just attack. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm just going to keep attacking and like hide this other bolt. Hope that maybe they don't do anything for like 10 more turns. Draw land yet? No. Duress. I'll scare himself. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just going to like move cards around. Like we're going to go handless anyway, right? Maybe, no, if I draw a Crackling Drake, I just feel like a genius. Alright, or a land. I'll take a land. 4th land to cast Crackling Drake later is really good. And, like, just make their duress blank. I really like the way we played this, actually. Would have been tilted if we had, like, a Serum Visions. And F6. That is fine. I will let the mana drain from my pool. Draw a Crackling Drake. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's a good one. That's a real good one. Nice deck, opponent. Very powerful. Alright. I like the part where you smallpox me. I also need red mana. I love the game they smallpox me. They have 1 land, then I have freaking 4. It's just good deck building. Hey-ya! Go. Now with that attitude, you won't. Not seeing a creepy eye icon from the reveal cards makes me happy. Yeah, the creepy eye icon's a bit much. Boom! We beat not 8 rack. We beat 8 Planeswalker. It's like white, black, discard with Planeswalkers and Smallpox. We're just going to call it Smallpox. We beat white, black, Smallpox. Opponent made some questionable decisions, but overall, I think that matchup is probably supposed to be bad. I think the matchup's supposed to be bad. Our deck's probably not super great against Smallpox on average. Like, if literally they just took the bad Planeswalkers out of the deck, put them anywhere else, and then, like, even in the sideboard, just take them out and then put, like, rack cards in there, like Shrieking Affliction and all that crap, we probably could not have won that game. Even game 1, like, we would not have won if, like, they're Liliana. I guess you play Liliana Veil either way. If your, like, 4-mana Planeswalkers were just, like, rack effects, like, I just don't think I could win. Never can top 8 rack is the deck name, I think. That's entirely too clever for me, Dennis. That's clever. I don't know if you came up with that just now. If you did, kudos to you. You're a genius. But if you got that online, then it's still pretty clever. That's hot. Never can top 8 rack. Tell that to Tom Ross. I'll let him know. Next time I see him. Alright. Jursam 515. This hand is redundant, but it is great. We will keep. Play Island on turn 1, probably. It's a very low cost to play Island on turn 1. Opponent is bowling to 5. I love that, like, they have 7 in this corner. Like, they're in 4 right now, but we are literally looking at a 7-card hand. I think my opponent, I'm going to take a guess. My opponent's mulled to 4. I'm going to take the guess that they are trying to abuse the mulligan rule. Alright. Faithless Looting. Shriekhorn. Alright, yeah, Dredge is fine. Ooh, that's a piece of candy. We're gonna have to shock this no matter what, right? I don't know. try to find some more Burbies. That Morphose is good. I think we should run both these cards. These are both great. Top. Does this target anybody? Oh god, if they targeted me, that'd be such a tilt. They won't target me though. They're not about it. They're not about it. So we got a good plan, I think. That's a Dredger. Uh-oh. They hit. Like, our Thing in the Ice plan... Like, our Thing in the Ice plan is much better, because normally Thing in the Ice sucks against Dredge because it turns on their conflagrates. But our Thing in the Ice plan is much better if they mold a freaking 2. Or 4, or whatever they mold into. Like 0. Another Sheekorn. No land would be great. Creeping Chill me? That's fine. That is fine. I'm okay with all this. Oh my god, they have the land too? Are you kidding me? Puke. Alright, yeah, you got stuff. So we could just put a Phoenix in the yard, but I don't think it's worth our time. I think we're going to try to, like, put this stupid thing in the ice and play. Alright, pay 2 life. What's awkward is we can't really block with it either. Like, they have Dark Blast, so they can just Dredge Dark Blast, and, like, we can, like, I don't know. We just, like, get hosed. This fetch is weird to me. They have 1 card. I don't think we know it. What did they Dredge last turn? I don't remember. I don't know what's in their hand. They Dredge life from the loam? Alright, yeah, so they don't have a Dark Blast in hand. Alright, they should mill again. Alright, it's time we popped it out. Oh, God. They have loam in their hand? Good God. This is obnoxious. You put, like, a bunch of creatures in play. They Dredge Dark Blast? Yeah, they did Dredge Dark Blast. So, I don't think they're going to have 2 Dark Blasts, so we're going to block the Bloodghast instead of the Amalgam. They hit a Stinkweed Imp. We're going to lose this game. Just you watch. I don't think... The other Dark Blast is in the yard. I don't know of a way they can Dark Blast and, like, bring back Dark Blast and Dark Blast me again without, like, a looting or something, so... I'm just going to block the Bloodghast so that we don't get Dark Blasted. And hope that they don't have something stupid. Yeah, they're just gonna loam. Put a bunch of power in play, I guess. Makes sense. The fact they haven't hit a conflag yet is really good for me. Although hitting the loam makes their conflags much better, but we're gonna try to kill them before that matters. Like, we're gonna try to kill them in like a turn or 2 here. I guess they could just decide not to bring it back. Maybe they were supposed to decide not to bring it back there and then like fetch on my end step. I think that's actually what they're supposed to do. But I'm no genius. Okay. Alright, let's put this back for now. Goodbye. Let's play our land. Let's fetch. Go grab a mountain. Always gonna be another mountain. I think we want to make blue-red. Always yield. Blue-red. We might actually were supposed to Serum Visions first. That's nice. Alright, stop my opponent's shell step. Stop my opponent's turn. We're going to try to surgical their conflags so that we can win this game. Let's start off with a Serum Visions to try to hit more birds with this Thought Scour. So we're just looking for birds now. We're gonna go hunting for some birds. Birds! Another surgical is interesting. Bolt's also interesting. But none of these are birds, so I'm going to put these all on bottom. Blue. Thought Scour me. Find some birds. I want some birds. No birds. Tilt. Looting. Okay. Yes! Yes, dude! Alright, so we picked up a Narcomoeba, 2 Bloodghasts, and 2 Amalgams. Alright, neat. Combat. Birdie. Birdie. Flap. Alright, we could surgical both their Dredgers. No, there's 3 Dredgers. Alright, yeah, we're just going to stop on their jaw step and try to surgical anything that matters. That includes Creeping Chills. That includes, like, anything that we would want to surgical. So, like, Conflagrate, we're going to surgical it. Creeping Chill, going to surgical it. I don't know. Those are the main ones. If they have, like, Bloodghast or whatever, I might surgical that, too. What'd they hit? Nothing? Just, like, stone nothing. Sweet. Alright, they hit nothing. I don't care. They have a Faithless Looting in the yard they can flashback. So that's a thing we can do. Mill Creeping Chill. I think I'm supposed to surgical that. I'm surgicaling it. Boop. Fate to life. Gotcha. We're owning. Alright, I've missed like a ton of stuff. Benji card. Alright, I'm here. We can start now. By the way, incoming host from Jim Davis in a few. That'd be sweet. No! Stop! Come back. Got him. Dredge. This one's actually my Sideboard guide, unlike Bogles and whatever I played against before. Let me read the chat before I start sideboarding. Drake, how's the new Mulligan been so far? It's been sweet. The Mulligan rule has been, I don't know, it's been interesting. My Dredge opponent just did that to me on a mull to 4, so maybe I'm beginning to believe a little bit of the hype, because like I said, they just mulled to 4, and then like, we played a real game of Magic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that game was incredibly close. Like, we needed to flip our thing and put 2 birds into play on turn 3 or whatever. Just like, we had to have a good hand, and they like, you know, mulligan to 4, which Dredge and Paper doesn't normally mulligan that super well, because you want to have lands and spells, and they just like, I mean, they just played a very reasonable game of Magic. So I normally bring these in. I normally have this in my deck too, so I guess I should consider bringing this in. I think I'm going to cut 2 Ascensions now. I think Crackling Drake's a little better than Ascension. I think. I don't know. Maybe we'll just cut both. Might just cut both. Yeah, I'm just going to cut like this. I don't know. I really don't want access to a lot of these things. I have like 1-on-1. Ascension could be okay. But like if they bring in ley lines, I should feel like a 4-head. And they usually have 4 ley lines, right? Truth sucks. Flame Slash sucks. Here's Flame Slash. Flame Slash. Got my deck. And like 2 lightning bolts. Actually, we don't have to cut any bolts. Maybe like an Ascension's better than lightning bolt. What do you think of that? Is that unreasonable? You say you got a Sideboard guide for this list? I do. It's posted. I guess I can just post it in the chat right now. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Here, I'll post it in the chat. Paste. This is what I'm working with. No Planeswalkers on the side? Nope, I have Crackling Drake in the sideboard over that. Alright. Moon can also be good. They can't operate without green. It feels aggressive. I've seen people bring Moon in. Like, I think Dylan Donegan brought Moon in. I just like don't want to be paying 3 mana for that in this matchup. I'd rather be racing. Oh, this isn't supposed to be in the deck. That's what the problem is here. There we go. This is what my sideboarding should look like, right? I don't know. I think so. If not, we're going to try this anyway. I think it's fine. Done. Oop. You're welcome. Hopefully you can use that. Oh, God. This hand is so bad. What can it be Faithless Looting? I could at least consider keeping it. I think I am going to keep this. This hand's great. We're going to put a land on bottom. It's a perfect 6. Keep. Is my opponent mulled to 5? They mulled to 6. They put a card on the bottom of the library. They become 6 cards. I need to put a card on bottom. I don't think... God, these islands suck. But so does the Steam Vents. One of these lands is too many. I think it's island. I should put island on bottom. Sands reasonable. Ironically, the hand looks better when you put a land on bottom of the library. Like, I like this 6 better than the 7 just because I'm looking at less lands. How unreal is that? Yeah, your face looks fine. We're going to surgical whatever dredger they put in the yard. Stinkweed at Bloodghast? Yeah, we'll be surgical in that. No ley line's nice for me. Tilt. Jim Davis with a rate of 300. What's up, man? How's it going? How's your stream? Hi, everybody from Jim's chat. We're surgicaling Dredge. We're playing Phoenix under the new Mulligan rule. We're playing as Dredge at the moment. Yeah, we're probably going to lose this game. We bowled to a 6 that was 4 lands, Thing in the Ice, and Surgical. And we're surgicaling them. And their hand kind of sucks. But, I don't know. This Cathartic Reunion is going to put them back in the game. This is a scary one to see when you're surgicaling Dredge's only Dredger. And they also have a Bloodghast that can like kind of pressure me this whole time. Let's see how they sideboarded. 4 lightning axes? Who hurt you? That's so many. My gosh. Have a good stream, bud. Thanks, Jim. How's it going? Hi, everybody. Hey, Nicole. How are you? I hope you all had a great trip home. Toucan Flags. I need to actually finish like reading this deck list. They have Toucan Flags still in their deck. They have the 4 Loams. They have a Thug. Obviously the Lootings. 2 Shriekhorns. They cut 2. All right, I think we've seen enough. And we can just... I don't want to fetch that land on the bottom of my library back into the deck, so I'm actually just going to play a tap land like this and pass. Hi, everybody. I just spit out my Coke on Who Hurt You. Can you show me on the doll where Phoenix touched you? Yeah, no kidding. Like, we're going to run this straight into a... I guess I still have something to address that. We're going to run this straight into a Lightning Axe, I guess. Like, I don't really know what else I'm doing, right? Like, I'd rather run it into a Lightning Axe before they have things they actually want to discard. Killer in Me 79! And, oh my god, this one's going to be hard to beat. Gooey Seppi 2490? I probably just butchered that. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it, guys. I probably just butchered that name. I'm so sorry. Alright, we drew an Arclight Phoenix. That's interesting. So they're going to Lightning Axe me. Unfortunately, now they probably have cards they want to discard. But, like, I'm not really convinced that not playing Thing in the Ice is better. Like, I don't know what holding it actually accomplishes, so I'm just going to play it. Boop. Islanders goal. That's all. Thanks. Thanks, Lady of the Crease. I don't know what Islanders goals mean, so hopefully if you can explain that to me. I'm pretty dumb. Hi, everybody. Oh, man, there's a bunch of people in here now. Hi, everybody. My name is Drake Sasser. I play on the SCG Tour. I play for Team Nova. I'm sponsored by all the wonderful people below my face, and I'm playing Phoenix right now. Oh, that's so many follows. Lady of the Crease, thank you for the follow. How's it going, Nicole? RWHR2D2? Oh, God, I hope I didn't butcher that. Thank you for the follow. Kraken Hatchling, thank you for the follow. You got a purty mouth. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow. And X Meow Albino. Oh, X Meow X Albino. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, this is unsurprising. It's not shocking to see them Lightning Axe me here, and it looks like they discarded a Blood Crypt, right? Yeah. So I'm happy with this exchange because they discarded a card that they may actually want. Like, lands are pretty good for bringing back Bloodghast and stuff like that. So many follows, so many apes. You guys can't see the board state anymore. I'm sorry. Thank you all for the follows. You're all great. Oh, man. Okay, Giuseppe. It's been my handle since I was 13 playing WoW. Misspelled the proper Italian name, Giuseppe. Wow, who hosted you? Jim Davis did. I love Jim. Jim's great. Jim's a great person. Thank you for following me. I think I broke. Thank you for the follow. Spaz MFC. Thank you for the follow. And this is fine. I am okay. Thank you for the follow. This is fine. There's a bunch of apes on screen. Bunch of ape noises. Do we have an ape emote? We do somewhere. I have to actually rearrange my boats. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm ill-prepared for the amount of apes on the screen right now. Alright, I need to actually think about how I want to sequence this turn before I, like, time out. Opponent doesn't really have a ton going on. They do have a flashback looting available to them next turn, which is going to be good. But they don't really have any dredgers. They have an amalgam, and we're taking damage. I think I'm just supposed to spew this opt. I need to find a Faithless Looting, so I think I'm going to spew this. Alright, yeah, we're just spew it. Ugh. I guess we top this. It, like, moves more cards around, so I think I'm happy with it. I still don't really want to fetch. Oh my gosh. Bitrix2688, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. No, another land? I milled 2 spells? I'm so unlucky. We're, like, on the hard cast Phoenix plan. This is rough. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can really do. Still looking for a Faithless Looting, but we bricked. We're probably just going to lose this game. Bricking against Dredge is not really an option. Like, this matchup's kind of hard. Let's pull this back out again. This matchup's kind of hard, and, like, bricking against it, like, it's not really great. But whatever, we're gonna cast this Arclight Phoenix. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. I can't spam apes in the chat. Unacceptable. I'll fix that. That's a lot of monkey. I should try drawing better. Fair. Flashback looting, find a dredger, put it in the yard. Hopefully they miss. If they miss, that'd be unreal. I don't know how many dredgers are left in their deck, right? It's like the 4 loams and the thug. And they have, like, I didn't see the dark blast in their deck. They hit a loam. Sure. A bolt. That's awkward. Because I really don't want to cast this bolt. Do we race right now? Alright. All else unchanged. Like, assuming they hit no creeping chills and no ways to, like, get this amalgam back, I think we might actually race. So, like, we can Phoenix 13. We have basically at a virtual 10. We need him to take a point of damage at some point in time. I'm still going to try it. We're going to try to race. Because we don't really have anything else going on. I just missed a follow. Red for win and Big Ben Boulevard. Thank you much for the follow. How badly can you guys see? I'm going to try to like play a little bit over to the side so you guys can see around all the apes on screen. Welcome, apes. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Whatever the next lyric to that song is, I actually don't know it very well. Attack! Hiya! Alright. If we draw another Phoenix, we're actually like, the racing plan is not bad. But like, as soon as they hit like a Conflag or a Creeping Chill, the race plan is over. Which is why Dredge is broken, right? But they have like so many looks. They have 5 looks just this turn. Narcomoeba also blocks. And brings back their prize amalgam. Alright. The fun's over. They hit literally anything. Our racing plan is now bad. Fortunately, they didn't hit a Creeping Chill for this Blood Gas, so I can't get hit for 1,000,000 this turn. Straight Jackin. Thank you much for the follow. I appreciate it. You guys, your naming. This is great. Thanks, Mo. Mill 2 good cards and draw a bad one. Although the decks of Thought Scour clearly states that. Yeah, no kidding. You would think. You would think. Alright, oh my god. And they hit a Creeping Chill? This is just actually the worst. Oh no. So if they land, they can Blood Gas us, put us to 4, and we're drawing to like exactly Anger of the Gods. Which is in our deck, so I guess we have outs. But if we miss on the Anger of the Gods, we're very dead. And we might be dead anyway, because like the second they dredge into Conflagrate, we're just super, super dead. That's like the unspoken downside to Surgical Extraction is like, even though Surgical Extraction is very good against Dredge, like paying life is actually kind of bad. Like they do a lot of damage to your health total. Split, opt. Anger of the Gods. That's not Anger of the Gods. Goodbye. Snapcaster. So we can Snapcast Manamorphose. It gives us 2 mana, not 3, so we're still not drawing any outs. We can Snap Surgical. Doesn't really do anything. Ooh, I think the fun is over because they Creeping Chilled, so we don't have like a Bolt Snap Bolt plan, which wouldn't even be enough anyway. Alright, yeah, we're dead. You got us. Both teams played hard. Both teams played hard. To game 3 we go. Alright, is there any changes we want to make? I don't think we want another Crackling Drake. I don't think Blood Moon is part of our plan. On the plays, Bolt feels a little bit better because like we can race a little bit better, but I don't know how good it actually is. What's your best favorite SCG Tour story? Red for win. Are you talking about like my best what are you talking about? Like my best in-game story? Because I have a pretty sweet one. There's one that sticks in my head. And I can tell that, but I don't know what an SCG Tour story really is. Who hosted Drake? Yeah, it was Jim Davis. Jim Davis is great. Thank you all of Jim Davis's viewers. Jim Davis is awesome. You all obviously like him a lot if you watch him, and I really appreciate his host. If you don't know me, I am Drake Sasser. I play on the SCG Tour. I play for Team Nova, which I guess is kind of a rival to Team BCW, but I don't know. We're all good friends. I've teamed with Dylan Hand multiple times and interact with all the guys. I love Team Bacub, Team Old Men. They're awesome. And Jim produces great content. I'm oftentimes watching him at work when I should be working. Don't tell my boss, please. Wait, you aren't on Optic? Nope, not on Optic. I don't think I want to make any changes. I've been staring at this for a while, thinking about like if I want to like make any changes with like our Crackling Drakes. Like I'm looking at the Crackling Drake Pyromancer Ascension configuration. And I don't know if I want a second Drake over another Ascension. Like, do I want to cut this for another Ascension, or do I want to cut this, or goddamn, do I want to cut an Ascension for another Crackling Drake, or do I want to cut the Crackling Drake for another Ascension? Like, is one of these better than the other? Because right now I just have this wacky split, and I don't know. I feel like one of them should be just better than the other, and I don't really know. But if they have Leyline, God, if they have Leyline, like the reason I'm doing this split is because I think Ascension's better on average, right? So I think Pyromancer Ascension's better against Dredge than Crackling Drake is in the average game. But if they have Leyline of the Void, then Crackling Drake's obviously clearly superior. I don't know. I like Pyro. All right, Mo. I'm gonna try it then. Jim is great. Rip Burnsy though. Yeah, no kidding. It's really sad. But Burnsy got a good send off, so I guess there's like a little bit of warm and fuzzies to be felt. Yeah, we'll just try it. We'll try 3 Ascension. If they Leyline me, for the record, I'm going to feel like a gigantic forehead. So I'm going to really hope they don't have Leyline. But if they don't Leyline me, I'm going to be pretty happy with this. Oh, this hand is awesome. Oh, I'll keep 2 lands, Surgical, Snapcaster Mage, and X's any day. It doesn't matter. This is the nut 4. I don't care what these magic cards are. These could be literally anything. Don't care. I will keep this any day of the week against Dredge. It's so nice. So nice. I like crackles. All right, I missed a follower too, I think. Fatal Seraph and DZ is lazy. Thank you for the follow, guys. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. Means a lot for you to support me. Especially coming from Dylan. I mean, oh my god. I will learn to talk one of these days. Coming from Jim's stream. I know Jim streamed probably for a long time today. What did Jim, for those of you that are coming from Jim's chat, what did Jim think of the London Mulligan? Did he talk about it at all? Because I've been preparing to stream for the last couple hours, so I haven't really got to catch it. Did he talk about the London Mulligan? What did he think? Blood Moon is gas here? Gab? I don't know. I'm not huge on it. They said it's because they can't cast Loams, can't hard cast threats. You can surgical the other threats. They can't really do much. Alright, you talking about Moon? Let's see. I clearly missed something. I'm sorry. Alright, red for the win. I forgot to tell my story. So I was playing at the finals of the Roanoke Classic against Carter Newman last year. It was in the SCGCon summer. I was playing Grixis Delver, best deck at the time. I was just coming off the open win like a month or 2 before that. And I cashed the Invitational, was feeling good about it. You know, I min-cashed, like whatever, got clean $500. The Invitationals are great value. Gosh, there's no chance I'm bolting, right? Yeah, there's no chance I'm bolting, and I'm holding this looting. So I think I can just play this land tapped and conserve my life total. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing in the finals of the Classic. After I was in top 4 against my friend Cosmo, who plays Food Chain, and I like Pithy Needle to Food Chain and like won the game anyway because there's no justice in Magic. This is in top 4 of a Classic, and so like after that little like punt against a friend, but like still winning, I was like, okay, well, I guess we're running hot. So I'm playing against Carter, and I get steamrolled game 1, just like obliterates me. He's on check pile. And so it's the check pile, it's the Deathrite mirror. He's on the check pile versus Grixis. What do I actually want to do this turn? Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt this with thinking because like trying to tell the story and play at the same time is gonna be rough. So you're gonna get a little bit of dramatic pauses, I guess. I kind of just want to hold up Opt and Snapcaster Mage. Like if I want to surgical 2 things, I'm gonna have that open to me. Also, I can just like opt if we don't want to do that. So I think that's my plan to do this turn. I don't know if it's a great plan, but it feels like a fine plan. Should try to surgical their dredgers. Anyways, did we hit a dredger? Cathartic Reunion deal. And so I'm in game 2, and game 2 has been pretty close. So like I got him down to like 2, I think. And before like I ran out of gas, he killed all my creatures. Bring this back. Am I okay with this? I could surgical Bloodghast right now. Like obviously I have a surgical. Like if I'm pausing like this. Whatever, I have a Snapcaster. I'm just gonna try to like stop the Bloodghasts. And like if we hit an Archamoebas, they can't bring back Amalgams, right? There's no way to bring back Amalgams. Yeah, this makes sense. Oh yeah, they have the fetch land. God, I shouldn't talk and play Magic at the same time. What a punt. Because like we can't even respond because this isn't gonna resolve first. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to telling my story. So I was about to die. I ran out of creatures, and like he has the game like locked up, but doesn't have a death right to gain life or anything. He's just like beating me down with like mopey creatures, and yeah, you have a Bloodghast in play. Clearly, savagely outplayed! Exclamation point punt. And I don't know. Do you have a Cathartic too? That'd be repulsive. Discard Bloodghast Amalgam. Could just surgical the Amalgams. I guess I could just wait no matter what. Well, if they have another fetch land on their next turn, then it's like pretty bad for me. I'll stop on their draw step. Boop. We'll just opt on in step. I could bolt this actually. Bolt and then just like catch them both. It's not the most unreasonable. Let's make a decision after this. Put this on top. Yeah, I think I want this. Another Phoenix. Oh wow. Okay. All right, finish telling my story. Before I continue, I want to finish telling my story. So I took some draw steps, and I ended up leaving one Force of Will in my deck. And now they're a Him deck, so it's pretty bad normally to leave Force of Wills in against Him deck as Delver, like against Him's decks as Grixis Delver. So I left one Force of Will in my deck because it's been pretty good for catching like random stuff sometimes. I end up drawing it when I'm top decking, trying to find a bolt. I have 2 lightning bolts left in my deck, and I have a forked bolt in my deck as outs, and I have like 30 cards left in my deck. And I end up drawing Force of Will, and I'm like, God, this sucks. Like, this card is so bad right now. If it was anything else, it'd be so good. And I, like, pass, take another hit, draw Delver of Secrets. I'm like, think about playing it for a second, but, like, he has Planeswalkers going, and, like, like, it's just gonna die. It's a waste of time. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just hold it. Pass the turn back, get hit down to where I'm, like, very dead on board. Like, I'm dead to a lightning bolt. I'm thinking of, like, 3 life. And I, like, fetch on instep to thin my deck, shuffle, and I'm like, all right, one time. And then, like, draw is lightning bolt. And I'm like, oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Seriously, I'm like 1 in 30. Like, no, I'm like 3 in 30, so like 1 in 10 to hit. So, okay, sure, whatever. Fine, I'm lucky. Bolt you. And Carter responds, and he's like, all right, bolt you. And that's a lethal bolt. And I'm like, my last 2 cards in the hand, I'm like, force pitch the Delver, like with my 1 of Force of Will that was in my deck. It's like the only thing that countered it in my entire deck. And I just like held the Delver. And so I got to like counter that, force a game 3, and then my game 3 is just like a complete non-game where I play only 1 creature the whole game, and I price of progress and bolt them out of the game. And so I end up winning this classic off of like this like super crucial, like unlikely turn in like the game 2 of the finals. And I just felt like I seriously just stole it from him. And I don't know, I felt so good about it. All right, back to this game. I should be figuring out what I'm doing. So, I can bolt the Bloodghast and surgical them. They have Faithless Looting at their disposal. I could just do this on their turn, but like, I really don't want to spew my spells when I have 2 Arclights. So like, I could Faithless Looting and assess after that. Because there's four Faithless Lootings in my deck to draw to. So, this is a tough turn. And I obviously didn't spend any of that time thinking about it. But we're in game 3, so like, I think we're in plenty of time, right? So the question is, do I want to try to surgical Bloodghast? Like, can I beat these Bloodghasts, or can I beat... Am I going to try to beat, like, whatever Dredgers they try to get going? If I lead off with Faithless Looting, though, I can't actually execute the Bolt plus Surgical plan. This feels really close. I guess I just need to hit 1 cantrip off the Faithless Looting to bring back 2 birds. I still feel like I'm supposed to Surgical Bloodghasts. So I think I'm going to Bolt. I'm going to go for the Bolt Surgical line. The thing is, that kind of feels like it incentivizes me to grab an island. I don't know if that's good. Any of you guys have opinions? Snap Surgical, loot, attack for 6. Snap Surgical plus loot doesn't bring Arclight Phoenixes back. What am I missing with that, Benji? Said that importantly, you can... You only live once, loot it up. Chat wants me to loot it up. Oh man, you're talking me into this. Like, but if we like want to cast this bolt, we have to fetch Shock. That's so aggressive. All right, I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm doing it. Oh my god! Damn it! We deserve this, chat. We deserve this. Let it be known that we definitely deserve this. Alright, now we just have this absurd turn sequence where we have to, like, surgical their amalgams, I guess. I don't really know. We'll figure this out. We're going to snap surgical something. I have a stop on their draw step. We'll figure it out. God, we deserve that. Yeah, that's fine. Thug. So now you can dredge 4. That's fine. Alright, I think I want to snap amalgams. They had a Stinkweed Imp. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm just going to let them do their stuff. Glech. I like loot and assess after. Well, we assessed, and we have a lot of freaking birds. Tweet. Oh, God. That's kind of bad. What, they can dredge 5? and we can't really do much about it. We could, so this is kind of a crucial moment too. We can snap Surgical the Stinkweed Imp, or we can snap Surgical the Prized Amalgams. I think this is going to be a hard game to win. I'm going to let this happen. I think going for Dredges at this point in time is a waste. Multiple Narcomoebas, multiple Creeping Chills, 3 Creeping Chills. Alright, well, I don't think we can beat 3 Creeping Chills, so I'm just going to do that. I think we can beat the creatures. I don't think we can beat 3 Creeping Chills. So I'm going to fetch and try to Surgical some Creeping Chills. Alright. Yeah. I don't think we can just take a casual 9 and have them gain 9 and hope to win this game. I don't think that's how this is going to have to play out. Surgical Extraction. Notably, now we can't cast or Anger the Gods with this mana. Creeping Chill. Pay 2 life. Alright, let's get these Creeping Chills out of here. Goodbye. 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 That was a good series of Dredges, opponent. It was a good series. Good series. Get all 4 of them? Excellent. Alright, you know, that Surgical is probably going to cost us the game now since that Dredge was so good. Because, like, I needed a turn here, I think, to flashback this looting and get these other 2 Arclights in the graveyard and try to set up to bring them all back later. Like, we'd have to have just an absurd turn, I think, to win this game. Bringing back 3 Amalgams. We have a Snapcaster to block. I think I'm going to take this too. Snapcaster's going to be worth more life later. Alright, bring back a million Amalgams. Bring back a Bloodghast. This is fine. Ah! C plus Dredge, honestly. That's just not true, CCR. Also, how's it going? Ugh. So... 3, 6, 9, damn she fine. 13, 14, 15, 16. We're just like unbelievably dead even with a block right now. So we could get aggressively greedy and try to Serum Visions for a Faithless Looting, which isn't a great plan. Or, because if we Serum Visions into a Faithless Looting, there's a good chance, I mean, we still have to get lucky, but there's a good chance we can get 4 birds into play. And 4 birds does something, which is notably better than nothing. God, do they have a conflag too? They do not. Alright. This game feels nearly impossible to win without getting insanely lucky. So it feels like the flashback looting and Serum Visions plans are both incredibly greedy. So we're just going to Serum Visions. Looting! Right here! Alright. I guess. This is not a plan. It is not a good plan. Alright, we take... Go. We take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. The 3. Excellent. Oh no! Alright, we're dead. Dang. That surgical punt was rough. That surgical punt was real rough. Don't try to tell stories and play Magic, Drake. It's not going to go your way. What are we? 1 and 2? Excellent. Excellent. We got 2 more matches to play. We can clutch at 3-2. This deck's broken. Risk it for the biscuit. Need visions into looting or Manamorphose land. Yeah, like, we needed to get absurdly lucky there. Hey, Teddy, how's it going? I was glad you were able to make it. 4 birds next turn. Yeah, well, the thing is there isn't the next turn. We just died. Hooked on Arclight Phoenix. So has Phoenix felt with the new mulligan rule? I don't know. It's felt about the same, to be honest with you. Like, Phoenix already mulliganed very, very well. The difference primarily is, I guess, some of your hands, like, where you can sculpt your hand's plan a little bit better. So if your plan's like flip a thing in the ice, you can like get rid of like Crackling Drakes or whatever. If your plan is to play a little bit more reactive game, you can like keep your Snapcasters and all that stuff and maybe bottom an Arclight Phoenix you don't have a Faithless Looting for. So you can like, it definitely made Phoenix a little better, but like it's by no means going to break Arclight Phoenix because most of your hands look the same already anyway. Like you can keep a lot of 7s with Arclight because it's just like lands and cantrips. So it's basically the same thing. Blech. Keep. Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, if you look at this hand, it's like, what is this hand? Well, it's 2 lands, functional, and a million cantrips, sure, and, like, some stuff to help. Like, this will help bring a Phoenix back, and, like, an actual Phoenix. So, like, your hands all look the same. So your London, we're not going to abuse the London Mulligan roll with this deck. I don't know if this Bolt is going to be good, so I'm tempted to just bottom it. I really need lootings or like more birds or whatever, or an impactful 2-drop. It's just like, if I turn out to be playing against a creature deck, I'm going to hate myself for that. But like, I think that the way our hands plan looks right now, we need to like, we just need to find something more impactful. It's like Infect. Oh, jeez. Bolt would have been pretty good. Would have been good here. It's actually not normally even that good in this matchup. So we could try to like Thought Scour them twice and try to hit a Titan. Is that unreal? I don't think that's unreasonable. Kind of want this Bolt back in my deck. So I'm going to like fetch, grab an island. Scour them for the Surgical. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to like try to Hail Mary this like Scour for Surgical. Boop. Goodbye. I mean, yeah, Scour for the Titan. Try to hit Surgical. Alright, well, there's a Bolt. I'm pretty satisfied just like bolting. Man. We're professionals. We hit the Bolt anyway. We're owning. We're still not really accomplishing anything, but we did slow them down substantially. Yeah, that's fine. Thought Scour. Alright, we got a couple more shots at a Titan. Gosh, this feels so wrong. Just gonna do it. We have so many Thought Scours. Surely we're bound to hit eventually. Another Bolt. Crap. What if we had just topped it and then our opponent was playing a non-creature deck? We could Scour in the upkeep. That commits us, Teddy, that commits us to casting a Scour in our upkeep that's kind of low value. Like, if it's... Like, I'd rather just be trying to draw to a 2-drop and, like, set up for, like, a more reasonable draw. Like, I don't know. I was willing to be punished if, like, our Bolt was exactly going to be good there to try to, on average case, be more aggressive to try to find an impactful 2-drop to play, which I think is a little bit better. I'm doing this again. Like, I'm committed to this plan. We're memeing him out. Titan! Put one there! Azusa. It's not a Titan. It's a Pact Negation. Did we hit anything? We could Surgical Azusa. It slows him down a lot, right? Like, what are the chances they're on an Azusa draw, though, right? Like, I kind of want to just hold this. But if they just have the lands, I feel really dumb. This is a close decision. Because, like, I feel like they probably do have an Azusa draw. Meh, I'm off it. I'll try to respond to a thing. I think they're going to have an Azusa here. Coalition Relic. It's a Coalition Relic draw. That does take you from 3 to 6. Alright. Let's try to find a Snapcaster for Thought Scour. I'm so mad we didn't hit one. We hit, what, 6 cards? I guess. We're not very statistically likely to hit. But, like, it would be so nice. We didn't have, like, a pact or anything. Goodbye. Another opt. You got it. Looting. Flame Slash. Tilt. This combo's to kill, like, a Titan. Then we can, like, Surgical Titans. This might actually not be an unreasonable plan to, like, kill their first Titan and then Surgical them. Let's see if we can find a freaking Looting, though. Or an impactful 2-drop. I'm looking for a lot of things here. Our hand has not really panned out very well against Amulet. Alright, what are we seeing? Boy, answer my question. You seem really gay, no offense. Oh, thanks, Logging Cog. I'm married to a female, but I guess, thanks. Are mods active on this channel? Somewhat. Just saying I'll be one to mod for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. If I find that I need more mods, that's fine. I haven't seen really anything offensive that people have said. So I'm not super worried about it. I don't know why you timed them out. I'm not offended. I guess my personality is somewhat flamboyant, but like that's not offensive. There's nothing wrong with being gay, and so hey. I'm just not. Alright. Faithless Looting. Ooh. We had another Scour! We have another shot at it! Alright, I've opted this turn, so I can actually get rid of this land. So I'm going to go Arclight land, and then I'm a Thought Scour again. Yes. This is so bad. This is actively just terrible. Maybe we'll just get rid of the Ascension instead. There's a Bolt in the yard. Nah. Alright, we do it like this. Boop. Scour you. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna do it this time, chat. We're gonna do it. I need it. I need it. Titan, please. Titan, please. Please. Did we do it? We did it! We did it! We'll just do it now. Let's go ahead and take care of it now. Oh, let's go ahead and move that one out of the deck. Let's get that one gone a little bit. What do you think? Oh, there's one in your hand. Oh no. Look at all these lads. You're a bunch of lads and a Titan. But the Titan's gone now. Oh, there's no more Titan. Where'd the Titan go? Alright, what's your plan to win the game now? Azuzas, Secure Chimers, and a Slayer's Stronghold. That does not race a Phoenix. And we have one Phoenix. We did it, chat! I don't know if it's ever correct to actually do that in a real tournament. I don't think I would have done that if I was playing in top 8. But we did it, so obviously it was correct, and we're professionals. Hive Mind? Do we see Hive Mind? Oh, no. We might get Hive Mind. Hive Minded. Got him! Yikes. Alright. Let's play a Pyromancer Ascension. Oh no, I broke my thing. Boop. Yeah, that's fair, Mitch. I think you're correct. I think you are correct. In hindsight, I think you're correct. I have been bogged. This thing is so terrible. I'm trying to think if I'm supposed to do anything before combat. I don't think I am, so I'm just getting in for 3. I was proven wrong. I generally believe in like the, I guess giving people the benefit of the doubt. I don't really think, like, I don't know. I don't think as many people have like nothing to do with their time, such to like come in and like troll me as like, I don't know. I just don't think there's as many as it's made out to be, but I guess it's like not that far-fetched that there would be. So I think if I find a Manamorphose and another land, we probably are gonna have a hard time losing this game. To still scour the opponent in the tournament, try to get lucky in a faster matchup. But Dredge for Life, I think we're favored in this matchup. Like, I think on average, like, I think that we're going to win most of the games where we just like do our thing, where we just have our plan. They should pick up Bog and try to Bog me to keep this Ascension from being online. I guess that's reasonable. They don't really have a way to get it in at instant speed though. I think I'm gonna opt, just try to move some cards around. I do need this, but I don't really think... I think we're more... Yeah, I think we're just likely to draw another one later through trying to find a Morphose. Let's see, Visions. Another Arclight Phoenix, you say. Bottom this. Bottom this. Alright. Well, we get to put another Phoenix into play, which feels nice. So we have not seen a Pact yet, so we can't Surgical Pact. So we discard Phoenix. Doesn't really matter which land. We'll discard this land. And then we just bolt ya. Pew! Bolt ya. Put this in tapped. I don't really think we have a plan for this Surgical. I could Surgical Pact the negation response or whatever, but that'd be later. Biddy! Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Also, Rainbow811, thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it, guys. Means a lot. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, Bodo. Drake, we could cast a 4-mana 3/2. No! Damn, you logging now. He has me thinking 5K. That's gas. What did Billy say? I didn't even see what Billy said. Mods are just getting in here. Oh no! I missed the attack. Wait, does it matter? Oh yeah, it does matter. Okay. Yep. This is why you right-click attack with all instead of clicking your individual creatures. I don't think it's going to matter. I think they're going to have a hard time killing us, but if we die because of it, like, you got me. Playing bad and trying to, like, keep track of chat. Wompty womp. Whatever, we'll just spike the last bird. It'll be fine. Can't lose. That's fine. You have a bog. Hate me, chat. Everybody can hate me. I have missed an attack with the Arclight Phoenix. I'm going to put it on defense, so if they draw Slayer's Stronghold, plus, you know, Azusa, I want to be able to block. I think that's easily the best strategy here. No! Where's my bolt? I'm such a forehead. Alright. Well, we gave them an extra draw step at Hive Mind plus Surgical. I mean, plus, I have the Surgical. Plus, Pact. I don't think they drew it, but whatever. We did give them an extra draw at it. And now they're at 2. But if they sweep my board, I got a Snapcaster Mage for him. Get him. Alright, don't tase me, bro. Don't daze me. Summoner's Pact. Okay. Are they just checking to make sure I got all the Titans out of their deck? What are you doing? What you doing, opponent? Yeah, they were just looking to make sure I got all the Titans out of their deck. I did. I'm owning. I'm professional. You missed an attack. What's up? What did I say? Wrong Biller. Wrong Billy. Chat, please. Alright, Amulet. Let's see. What do I do against Amulet? This is the cyber guide I posted in the Arclight Phoenix group. I can show you guys. Boop. Look. Amulet. You probably still can't see that. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That's what we do. So that's what we're going to do. We're bringing Abrades, Blood Moons, Dispels, got some Surgicals, Flame Slash, Crackling Drake, Ascension. All the slow stuff. Get the slow stuff out of the deck. Thinking the Ice is surprisingly good in this matchup. You'd be surprised how many times you can just, like, if they don't have an Amulet, you can just pick up their Primeval Titan after they put it in play, and you can still beat it. Like, just attack them for 7, and then they, like, kind of have to block, because otherwise they're just gonna die. And so if they replay Titan, like, they can gain a little bit of life, but, I mean, getting hit for 7 is kind of a lot. Alright. Less talking, more Blood Mooning. Blood Moon. Surgical. Goodbye. Goodbye, Surgical. No me gusta. Crackling Drake. Ascension. I normally leave an extra Crackling Drake in here, so I think I'm actually going to cut another Ascension. With the changes I made to the deck after the open, I think I'm just going to go to this configuration where I have a 1-1. Echoing Truth is bad. Boop. What did I miss? I missed Flame Slash, I think. Yep. Boop. That's what we're going to do. We're owning. What's your plan for Titan shifts? I mean, it's kind of very much the same plan, where we're just going to, like, Blood Moon them and try to be faster than them. Because Titan Shift doesn't always kill on turn 4, whereas, like, I think Phoenix actually kills on turn 4 probably more consistently. Like, there's a lot of times that you start interacting on turn 4 as Titan Shift. This hand is fantastic. But you don't actually kill on turn 4. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to, like, be able to just be faster than Titan Shift. Titan Shift is kind of a tough matchup, I think, though, for Phoenix, because the sideboard plan, ooh, it's a very interesting hand for my opponent. I guess this means that they just have an Azusa draw if they have Bog already in hand. Serum Visions. But Drake, how are we going to surgical their Titans if we cut them? Yeah, no kidding. It was clearly right game 1. This is kind of tough. Like, our plan is to Blood Moon them, but the Sting in the Ice is still probably going to be good. So I'm actually going to top this Sting in the Ice. Even though we, like, obviously want spells for this Arclight Phoenix, and, like, we're flooding a little bit after that Serum Visions. I think that the way this game's going to play out, we're going to want to have that thing in the ice for later. Yeah, that's fine. You can pick this up. I'm cool with it. Yeah, obviously there's no reason to float mana. It's just going to make you go through an extra prompt. No, I don't know if they know I have Blood Moon, but I'm going to fetch an island. Makes it look like maybe I at least am trying to just conserve life while still playing around like Blood Moon a little bit. And like we used the Flooded Strand so that we couldn't have fetched a basic mountain if we wanted to conserve life. Gravekey 371, thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Keep 3 lands of it by the end of it. You have 5. Yeah, no kidding. That's just like the Phoenix life, right? I'm sorry, I missed your question, Spaz. I missed it earlier. How do you feel about a board with no Ral or Chandra? I think Chandra's kind of bad, Spaz. I played Jace the Mind Sculptor at the Open because I think Mind Sculptor is better in the mirror. Because a lot of times you cut your bolts, like both sides cut their lightning bolts in the mirror because they're really bad. And then Phoenixes usually get surgicaled. And so at the point at which there's no haste threats and no bolts to pressure your Jace, Jace is actually nearly impossible to kill because you could just like kind of keep their board to one creature, pick up their creature, and then start brainstorming. And so Jace just becomes nearly impossible to kill in the mirror. And I think it's just the better card advantage Planeswalker in the other fair matchups. So like I think Jace is like easily the best. So if I was gonna play one between Ral, Chandra, and Jace, I would play Jace. If I had to play a second, I would play a Ral because I want another removal spell for Shadow. But not having it in my deck actually feels fine because what I cut it for is a main deck Ascension. Like I moved a Drake to the sideboard, cut the Jace from my deck, and then put an Ascension in the main deck. And I think Ascension is better in all of the fair matchups, as well as some of your like, it's just a better game 1 card too. But it's like the best fair card, right? Because it just goes over the top of everything they're doing with your cantrips. So I think it's actually just like kind of functions in your Planeswalker spot, even though it's not a walker. That was really long-winded, but basically to say, I feel fine. That's actually one of the major changes I wanted to make after top 8ing the Open, is I just didn't think it was necessary. Alright, I guess they maybe have an answer to this Blood Moon. I don't really know, I'm just going to cast it. Maybe I was supposed to fetch an island there. I just don't think we need that many islands. I was probably supposed to fetch. That way we can make a decision later. Yeah, whatever. I think it's really, really marginal. But, like, we do have a Thought Scour we're trying to fire off. We done here? Like, either you have the, like, Pact plus Forest or you don't, right? I agree. I didn't like Chandra. I've been fairly impressed with Ral, though. My problem with Chandra's Pass is it just, like, never kills, like, the big stuff. Like, I want to bring it in for, like I want to bring it against decks like Shadow, where they have, like, these big creatures, or, Jund, where, like, they have these big Tarmogoyfs, and, like, Chandra doesn't, like, kill those ever. We drew the island anyway. Professional. So my options are cast Phoenix, start attacking, or we can, like, Thought Scour plus Bolt, and, like, try to set up some kind of cantrippy turn. I don't really know if it matters. I really want to flip this thing in the ice. It's a faster clock. And we only need to hit a cantrip. No, we need to do cantrips. Alright, this is probably bad then. Whatever. We're going to get lucky. We hit an Arclight Phoenix. That counts as lucky. Alright. Cast this. And we're not going to play a land so that we can make a decision after this oft about what to do. Snapcaster Mage. Don't really want that. Right? Yeah, Snap doesn't do anything. That's not a cantrip. Get out of here. No! Tilt. Alright. Wompty womp. Oh, I could have cast the third spell and brought back Phoenix, because we hit one off the Thought Scour. I was wanting to hold this for, like, this Phoenix. It may actually end up working out. But if we just draw lands for the rest of the game, it won't work out. Because we'll just have to cast this Phoenix, and, like, I don't want to cast this Phoenix into flipping this thing. Boop. Draw. Faithless Looting. Thought Scour. Alright, well, that flips the thing. Watch, we'll just bring it back this turn anyway, and we won't have to pick it up. It's going to be great. We're going to draw Looting and just max rewarded. Just max rewarded. Did we at least hit a Looting off the mill? We didn't even hit a Looting off the mill. Crap! Alright, just play this. Bolt you. Flip this. Put you to that. And then they're still dead in two turns anyway, right? Yeah, we can't cast this Phoenix. Hiya. Yeah, they're still dead. They're still dead next turn, provided they don't have anything, which this looks like nothing. So, Mountain. Boop. Never punished. Always rewarded. More lands. I need more lands. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we won't play with our food. We'll just cast our Flapper. Hit them for 1,000,000. Put them out of their misery. Blood Moon's so much better than Molten Rain. Holy cow. Like, this game is just... That game was just completely different. Like, don't put Molten Rain in your deck if you're going to an SCG Tour event. Just don't. Like, Blood Moon is so much better. You really suck at this not drawing more lands thing? Dude, I can draw more lands. It's fine. We're just going to kill him anyway. Alright, we're 2-2. We're going to clinch up this 3-2. We're going to clinch up this 3-2. It's not quite a 12-2, which is what I had to do to top 8 the Open. But a 3-2 is close. I'll put one in mine just to spite you. Fine, you got me. You showed me who's boss. Symmetrical effects are the best thing about Magic. Helio, I don't know if I can agree with that, because I really hate the card Chalice of the Void. I'm really not a fan. 1-2, then 2-0, then 1-2, then 2-0. I see a pattern. No, there's no pattern. There's no pattern. Shh. I mean, most of these have been punts, right? Like, I've been, like... Playing this deck while streaming is incredibly hard. I think I said this in my other videos. Like, when I was first trying to learn it, and I was, like, trying to learn it on stream, it's just like Amulet, where it's, like, there's a lot going on, and there's, like, a lot of minute decisions. So, like, I just play so much worse on stream. It's, like, fine. Because, like, the deck is so broken that you're still going to play good enough that you're still going to win. Like, that's kind of, like, the thing about best decks and why you should always pick up the best deck. This is actually going to be in my article that's going to be released, hopefully, Friday. But like you should just always play best decks, because even if you don't play it perfect, even if you're sacrificing a little bit of points in like how proficient you are with the deck, a lot of times that deck's just so powerful it doesn't really matter. Like, you're still just going to beat people anyway. Like, you may sacrifice the 1% in some matchups. Like, there's going to be some matchups that you maybe would have won if you, like, had more experience or whatever. Like, it'll come up sometimes. But it's not nearly as often as I think Magic players think. And so, in general, you should just always, like, if you want to win a tournament, you should always pick up the best deck. Now, obviously, if you play Magic, you can play Magic for whatever reason you want. But if your goal is to win the tournament, you should really just always pick up the best deck, right? Because even if you don't play it as good as the best player in the world, you don't need to play it as good as the best player in the world to, like, win a lot of money or top 8 and open. Opt. I'm going to opt to keep this hand. This hand's just great. Yes. All right, we're gonna cast the one off here. The Serum Visions trying to hit a land. Oh my god, these are all so nice. I can't have both. It'd be so sweet. Oh no, we have the swords. We're gonna flip it anyway. All right, never mind. We're owning. Put it on top anyway, in case they have Goblin Guide. We're gonna put both on top. Big brain, big brain, big brain. If they Goblin Guide, you would draw the land. They would draw the Morphos. So gonna be nice. It's gonna be so nice. And then we get to flip thing on the turn after, just like turn 3 flip thing. That looks like the start of a burn deck. We about to get burned. Basic Mountain Goblin Guide. I've never been hoping for a Goblin Guide so much. Yes! Oh, that's too funny to me. Oh, I was like, yeah, like the only way we're going to get this thing is if we have this very specific thing happen. All right, well, we got there. This matchup sucks. It's absolutely awful. We're probably going to 2-3, but I feel vindicated for that decision there. Called it. No kidding. The soul read. I just knew that MonCon was on burn. I just knew it. Man, that's a nice called shot. I'm glad you guys are here for that. Thursday is go. I hate the argument that innovation isn't rewarding. People are so afraid to try new things. I very much agree with that. But naturally, someone playing Phoenix wouldn't agree. I don't think that our arguments are mutually exclusive Thursday. I think that you can innovate and still be doing something like powerful. Like, look at the person that played Esper this weekend. Like, they innovated. What is that, a Serum Visions? I don't think I can in a million years block this. Like, I just can't afford to have my thing in the ice bolted. Please don't have an Eidolon. Ugh, an Eidolon would be baiting. Damn. So, if we cast 4 spells into it, we take 8. I don't really know what our other options are, to be honest with you. Like, we're not winning this game otherwise. Boop. Okay. This is why this matchup sucks. Ooh, red. Pyromancer Ascension. You're on time, pal. I have all these ops and stuff. Alright. The question is, should I just go blue and try to spike? Like, am I really taking 4 more to go to 5? Like, I think I'm just going to die if I do. So I think I need to get lucky and hit a bolt. Going for blue-red seems aggressively greedy. But I think if we don't hit a removal spell, we're just going to die. Like, we bolt. We might just die anyway. But I think we're much more alive at 7. I'm going to go blue-red. Missed. Alright. Faithless Looting or something? It sucks. It's just a joke. Unreal. Alright. Here you go, put all your stuff back in your hand. I don't think we have a hope of winning this game. 2 birds. There's the bolt. We did it. We did it, chat. Alright. Hit you for 7. Right, I think we're just going to get double bolted and die here. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Or just Goblin Guided, then died. Like, that Eidolon was a beating. I just don't think we're winning the game if we're taking draw steps against Burn. There's an Arclight Phoenix. No! Stop on my turn. Maybe they won't have a bolt. Yeah, you got me. They do a bolt, I win, right? Like, I could just, like if they literally generally just had, like, replay Eidolon. No, I don't win. Alright, yeah. No, I was dead every way. I think I was dead to them just replaying their creatures, right? I just need them to, like, screw that up somehow. Yeah, that was a beating. I considered conceding as soon as we missed on the removal spell. Because, like, we really needed that extra 2 life. Alright. I guess before we start sideboarding, what's up? But Esper isn't the best deck. So Thursday, I really think you're twisting my words. I'm not saying the only thing you can do to win games of, like, any given, like, format is to play the best deck. I'm saying, in general, like, a good rule of thumb is if you want to win, you should play the best deck. I think that's just a really hard point to argue, to be honest with you. Like, I think that, like, it's just really hard to sell me that, like, hey, I want to win this tournament, what should I play? Well, in the absence of all other knowledge, I'm going to tell you to play the best deck. Even if you don't feel the most comfortable with it. Like, I'm still going to be like, hey, I think this deck is just going to give you the most percentage points to win. But, like, I don't think that's the only thing you could do to win. Because if you told me, well, hey, my name is Matthew Dilks or Will Polium or whatever, and I'm an Amulet God. What should I play if I want to win a Modern tournament? I'm going to tell you Amulet. If your name is Zach Allen and you've top 16 Pro Tours and stuff like that playing control decks, then, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're going to consciously play better because you enjoy your deck more and, like, you legitimately think it's so extreme that you, like, would do better with that deck than anything else, then I think it's still reasonable to play a different archetype for your own personality. But I think that's not, those are exceptions, not the rule. And so I'm not saying that you should never innovate. And even, like, within the best decks, like, you can come up with something that maybe beats the best deck. Like, somebody had to innovate to come up with Arclight, right? So, like, I'm not saying innovation is inherently bad or that you shouldn't do it. Like, I played World Gorger Dragon in a freaking Legacy Open. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like, it's not an opinion I hold. But in the absence of all else, like, if you were just, like, unsure or whatever, like, it in general is just a good rule of thumb that if you want to win the tournament, just play the best deck. I don't know. That feels like a really hard point to dispute. Alright, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't like Pyromancer Ascension in this matchup. It's, like, a little too slow. Like, we saw it there. Like, there's just no hope of this thing ever being turned on. Like, this card is much, much better. In the absence of all knowledge is the premise that makes your argument right but never correct. I don't know. I don't think that statement means anything, Thursday. Like, my statement can't be right but never correct, right? Like, either it is, like, right and correct are synonymous for the sake of that point. This hand is very good. Keep. This is a weird one, though, because I don't think I'm supposed to Thought Scour on turn 1. What is happening? Why is this grayed out? Okay. I guess. Like, I might just Abrade to try to hit another land drop. Because no one actually has an absence of all knowledge. People will always have preferences or some skill. Right, but, like, if your preferences are, like, I'm a grinder and I was playing, you know, humans for 2 months or whatever, and, like, I did okay with that, and that's what I played last, what should I play? I'm like, well, you're obviously not that invested. You were just playing decks, right? Like, you were just, like, playing what you thought was reasonable in the meta. Am I supposed to guess this Thought Scour? I think I might be supposed to cast this Thought Scour. Yeah, I think I'm going to cast this Thought Scour. Then, like, I'm going to tell you, like, okay, yeah, just go, like, you obviously don't have, like, whatever. You're just, like, playing good decks, and you want a good deck. You want to win the tournament, and you just, like, are playing good decks in Modern, then, like, play Phoenix. Makes no sense. Oh, well, that's just really good. Alright, well, let's hope a Phoenix is good enough. Island. Boop. people in Magic have this, like, this is what my entire article is about that I'm writing, is, like, people have this, like, strange aversion to playing the best deck. Like, every time there's a best deck, it becomes this narrative of, like, the good guys, which is all the rest of it. Like, oh my god, now I just want to play this. That's so frustrating. I think I'm just going to continue on the bird plan. Looting. That's not a bird. Looting. Find a second bird. Dang. Thing in the ice. Bird. I think I want this extra land. I'm actually going to block. I think this matchup's a lot about conserving life more than racing. Oh, we're going to get Ravenous trapped. Alright, that's sure. Yeah, that's fair. Go. But yeah, like they like create this weird narrative where just like the best deck's the bad guy, and I don't think Phoenix is like a bad best deck to exist. Like I think it's very difficult to play. I think it is like the mirrors are interesting, which is important for a best deck for me. Oh god. And I think that like oh god, we're taking so much damage. I think that like the hate for it comes more from just like the fact it's a best deck than anything else. Dave Mac 1. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no kidding. We just got bodied. So argument is enjoying you play Flavor of the Month and Phoenix is the new flavor, but it's not about the flavor of the month. No offense, that's not a good article. that's not what the article's about. Like that's very much like kind of I don't know. That feels a little bit like straw manning my argument because it's not the argument I made. That was an example I provided, but like I don't think that's the argument I made. Rift Bolt exiled. Interesting. If you're gonna shock this in, I feel like oh maybe they have Searing Blaze. Well, I have a Dispel, so I think I'm fine to block. Boop. What is this? Deals 4 damage to target player at a planeswalker. Sure, whatever. Let's just dispel that. Dispel that. Dispelling, getting 4 damage as dispel is really nice. Boop. That is far better than I ever hoped for. Ever hoped to get out of this dispel. All right. Boop. Draw. Snapcast. Now we have Snapcast Dispel. We could also just Abrade. I would not like to pick 2 life. They have 1 card in hand. This feels weird. I kind of feel like I'm supposed to just Abrade. Yeah, I'm actually just going to Abrade. Yeah, I'm going to Abrade now. I actually think I think it makes a lot of sense to just Abrade. Because, like, they could pump it on their turn. There's just, like, a lot that could go wrong. Alright. Now, I assume this is going to go face. If it does, there's a question of, like, are we blocking? And I think the answer is yes. Like, I think I'm still blocking here. Like, going to 4 doesn't really seem acceptable. And if they want to use a burn spell on my thing after the fact, seems fine. If they have 2 burn spells, though, to just go face, that'd be an absolute beating. What is this going? This is targeting my thing. I don't have surgicals in my deck, right? Yeah, so there's nothing to hit. I just have to let this happen. We're going to take 3, go to 5. But we got a burn spell out of their hand. Yeah, that's fine. This makes a lot of sense. We can snap Abrade on my turn. Buy us time. Crackling Drake could be a good draw here. Is that Dispel going to be good? I'm inclined to believe it will be. Interesting. I'm going to play this land out just so I can hold up Dispel. I don't really want to cast it, but Snapcaster Mage. I really need to not die. That block, I still feel like that block was correct. It just didn't feel very good. Boop, blow this up. There's no way they can pump it out of range. We just need them to have a bunch of bricks in their hand. But I don't think to do. Path? Yikes. Is it worth a point of life to dispel that? I think it probably is. Gosh. This is not how I wanted things to line up at all. Jank, what's up? Why should I play the best deck when I could just play my Jank Titan Shift deck and go 0-3 instead? As long as you have the strongest argument. I mean, I don't know. I love Titan Shift. Like, there's plenty of times I would play Titan Shift if, like, I'm not playing like an opener or whatever. Like, I play Magic. At the end of the day, Magic is not the most profitable endeavor you could have. Like, it's just not. Like, it's gotten better. Like, I'll give it that. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm going to, like, all I care about is money, right? Like, if my end goal is money, then, like, Magic is quite a horrific use of my time. Because it is, like, even poker, I think, is more profitable, right? I'm not actually sure. You can, like, absolutely destroy me on the actual numbers on this. Blit. All right, we're dead. We both tried hard. But maybe it wasn't supposed to block there. Like, looking back on this game, the way it played out, like, if I had a 7-8, it'd be a lot better. But I don't know if it's better than, like, whatever it was, like, 4 life. I don't know. But, yeah, like, the point is, like, Magic, you play Magic. A lot of people play Magic to enjoy it, and that's fine. It's the condition being, ooh, that's a good one. The condition being if all you care about is winning. Like, if what matters to you is winning a tournament, ooh, that blocks. All right, that plays. We're dead to any bolt, but that plays. All right, we'll play this. Red, put this into play. Dead to any bolts. I don't even know what they can hit. Like, what can they hit that doesn't kill me? Like, it has to just be, like, all lands, right? Yeah. So, like, if you play Magic for fun, then, like, my entire argument falls apart. Because, just, like, then play whatever you enjoy. It just makes sense. Like, I played Izzet Phoenix in a single MCQ before playing it in Cleveland. Deck's good, and people should just play it. I mean, I agree with that in Light Master, but I'm trying to explain, like, in the context of what matters to you is winning the tournament. If holding the trophy is, like, all that matters to you in a given tournament, and, like, you know, for whatever reason, if that happens to line up with what you find fun, why am I getting a turn, then more power. Ooh. So we can just, like, kill their creature and attack. Kind of feels like what our plan has to be. We just need them to brick for an ungodly amount of turns. Okay. Combat. I don't know what their cards in hand could be. Like, what are they? Are they like Searing Blazes? But they don't have a target? I guess you don't know. Are they going to double Searing Blaze this? They're just drawing a million things to kill me, though. Yeah, I don't know. You can read the article, I guess, when it comes out. That's fine. We need to draw Crackling Drake specifically. I think that's really early out. Maybe I should have bottomed that Abrade using that logic. Because, like, now I can't even cantrip for Crackling Drake. It just has to be there. Oh, well, Phoenix is a start. Okay. We're doing stuff. Put you to 10. Still get an attack in. Feels nice. Still think Crackling Drakes are only out? Like, we can just die to a bolt at any time? Oh, Goblin Guide's in. Sure. Okay. Land. Faithless Looting? Okay. Block. I think that we're going to die to a Searing Blaze now. And yeah, play Phoenix. Like, I honestly didn't really have fun playing Phoenix, but I wanted to do well, so I played it. Yeah, but, like, I don't know. Maybe even that's, like, not great. Like, if you don't enjoy it, it feels like kind of a hard argument to say that you should play it, right? What is my plan? Am I supposed to looting here? Like, every turn we give them is just, like, gets us closer to death. But if I looting, I'm just discarding 2 cards. Like, it's literally a mill 2, and that doesn't bring a Phoenix back. Yeah, we need them to whiff for, like, another million turns. Why are we not dead? Are they just, like, playing with us? Like, I feel like they're just toying with us. Even with the creature? Like, anything? Anything at all. If you're casting a spell, I'm dead. Alright, we both played hard. Alright, we 2-3'd. Wompty womp. This game was, like, reasonably interesting. like, it's much more interesting than burn normally goes, because normally times, like, burn just, like, has their spell draws, and, like, they just kill you. But that matchup sucks. Like, in every tournament I've played Phoenix, I've gone X and Tron and Burn together. Like, all my losses have been to Tron and Burn. Like, Mirrors, I've beaten them. Amulet, I've beaten them. It's always just Tron and Burn. Like, sometimes Dredge. Like, obviously, like, Dredge too. But, like, those are legitimately, like, the 3 matchups that I'm just like, God, these suck. But, like, Dredge, I think I have enough hate for it that I think it's good. But Tron and Burn, like, I don't really know how to fix those matchups. I refuse to put Dragon Claw in my deck because it's too narrow. Like, I can't have cards for one matchup only. Like, Shatterstorm's pushing it, but it at least has other matchups it's good against. But, like, Dragon's Claw is, like, literally just Burn. I'm not bringing it against Storm. I'm not bringing it in the mirror. Like, it's just so bad. But Blood Moon, I don't know. Blood Moon's just not good enough against Tron either, so I just feel like I'm going to die against Tron. And Ceremonious Rejection feels too narrow. So, I don't know. This feels good. Like, even though we 2-3'd, like, it felt like how it normally feels. Like, I don't think a Jace the Mind Sculptor was doing anything in this league. Like, Bogles, we didn't draw our thing in the ice since we died. I punted the second match we lost, right? And then we beat Amulet. We beat the weird, like, 8-rack deck. And then we lost to, whatever that was, Burn at the end. Yeah, like, so I lost to, like, what, Dredge and Burn? Yeah, those are just reasonably hard matchups. Like, I think if I don't punt against Dredge, we probably win that match. Like, the matchup's very, very tough. So, like, you have to play really well. But I think, in general, if you have, like, 4 Surgical Extractions and Anger of the Gods and, like, Snapcasters, it's, like, reasonable for you to win the game post-sideboard. So, I don't know. I don't think our Dredge matchup needs more help. I just need to not punt it because you have to play really well to win that matchup. And I think our Burn matchup still sucks. We're still going to lose to that deck. We're still going to lose to Tron. You're just going to lose to Tron Burn. Like, I don't know what people are doing to beat those matchups because I just can't seem to do it ever. Like, Tron has to get so unlucky. Like, your opponent has to be, like, bad and not mulligan or something. Burn has to just, like, get unlucky and have to mulligan. That way they're like, short a spell. Because oftentimes it comes down to, like, 1 turn before killing them. Like, that game was egregious. But, like, normally it's, like, down to 1 extra turn. If they had 1 more turn, they could just kill you. Or you could just kill them, but they just kill you because they just spell. And you're like, okay, I'm done. We both tried hard. So yeah, I don't know. Deck's great. It's the best deck in the format. The old best deck in the format still 2-3. And, like, the deck's not invincible, but, like, it's very, very good. It's just great. You should play Phoenix. I don't think I would make... Like, this is the list I would play if I had to play another Modern Open tomorrow. I definitely would play Blood Moons. I would consider this 3rd Ascension. They were kind of medium, so maybe I'm supposed to have the other Crackling Drake in my deck. I don't know. It feels pretty marginal. Like I said, I think my logic for having Pyromancer Ascension in the main deck is still good, where I just, like, want to play it on turn 2, and we didn't draw it on turn 2 a lot of the games we played. So, I don't know. I think it's still fine. I think that, like, that's just, like, kind of, like, a problem with the small sample size of games we played. Let's answer some stuff in the chat. I bring an Anger here. You bring an Anger against Burn. It feels slow, but, I mean, it would have looked good there. I think it's more of just don't really enjoy Modern right now, so losses and wins don't really matter to me. I went 1-1 versus Tron. Molten Rain was the game changer. Yeah, Molten Rain's very good against Tron. I have some good Burn players locally who always blow up my Dragon's Claw. That on the 1 breeding pool with 2 life goes on. This Sideboard been better. That could be worth trying. I wonder if splashing white could be good. I don't know. I'd have to, like, think about it. Like, there's some good options in white, too. So, like, I'd have to think about white versus green. But I guess green's been played before, so it makes more sense. I beat Burn by just having a good hand. I really like only playing 1 Drake main. Yeah, I agree. Shadow players suggest against that bold statement. Rest for the weary, right? Anyways, yeah, maybe you're supposed to splash green. That was, like, something. I don't know if Traverse is good, but I could buy that you're supposed to have, like, 1 breeding pool over one of these steam vents. And, like, have some 2 life goes on the sideboard. But still, that kind of feels like the same argument as Dragon's Claw, where, like, I'm putting this card in my sideboard that's only good in that matchup. And I don't really know if that's something I'm interested in doing. I would have to, like, see if there's, like, some way I can get, like, maybe 2 Leyline of Sanctity, where at least there's other targets in my deck. Like, that feels wacky, but, like, we can cast them. We got Manamorphose. We can cast it. I don't know. All of that feels really wacky. But Leylines are better with the new Mulligan rule, so maybe taking the new Mulligan rule into account, I'm supposed to have Leyline of Sanctity in my board as, like, a 2 of, and just, like, try to Mulligan to it in the Burn matchup. I don't blame them. Something to experiment with, but I wouldn't, like, if I was playing a tournament tomorrow, I wouldn't be experimenting with this kind of stuff. Like, just based on, like, the matches I've played, I think I like the 3 Ascension still. And I think the Jace is, like, pretty unnecessary, so I'd probably register this exact 75. The only change, like I said, that, like, if you're not feeling as frisky to have 3 Ascensions, I know that's real spicy, then you could put the Jace back in your deck and put the Crackling Drake back in the main deck and just go 2/2/2 on Snapcaster, Pyromancer, and Drake. And I think that's fine. I liked it. I really liked 2 Snapcaster, so, and at least 2 Ascension. Ascension was great. So, there you go. That'll do it for this league. Thanks everybody that stuck around. Thanks, Jim, for the big, huge host. I really appreciate it. And thanks everybody that stuck around from Jim's stream. I'm going to play another league after this. I'm going to play the Jund Breach deck that won the GP Calgary. I don't even know how to say that. Calgary. But that won that Modern Grand Prix not too long ago, before Cleveland even happened. I think there's a lot of really, really neat stuff going on there, and I wish I had more time to, like, play around with that deck before the Open, and maybe, like, I don't know, there's a chance I would have played it, but, like, obviously there wasn't enough time, and so, like, I want to try out what they got going on. I think a lot of what they have going on is really, really smart, and I want to give it a try. So I'm going to do that after this, but that'll wrap up this particular video. For those of you on YouTube, if you like what you see, jam that subscribe button. Easiest way to support me on YouTube, and we'll let you know when I post more videos. Those of you here watching on Twitch, if you enjoyed my content, then jam that follow button. Easiest way to support me on Twitch. We'll let you know when I go live. Below my face, my wonderful face, has been the sponsors that sponsor both Team Nova and this stream. Could not do it without them. They're a very essential part to me being able to do all of the Magic content that I do. So I'm going to talk about them for a little bit. Inklin Customs is an artist that she used to follow around the SCG Tour a lot. Now she does a little bit of Grand Prix and the Mythic Championships as well. So she tries to make herself as available to you as possible to all the events. But she is an artist. She does fantastic work. She did the logo for Team Nova. She's done a lot of the, she did like our play match. She's done a lot of the artwork for us. The token behind me, I guess it'd be your right. It's made a token of me. It looks adorable. I'm actually just in love with it, and she just did fantastic work. She does support Team Nova. She does sponsor Team Nova, and we really appreciate her and all she's done. There's a website in the panels below, also in the description. If you're on YouTube, you can go check out her stuff online. She'll be able to get all the Team Nova tokens there, so you can check out her artwork and all of her stuff, and it's awesome, so I highly recommend you do. Next up is ManaTraders.com. Could not do this without ManaTraders. They are the ones that let me get all these cards and try out different decks for you guys every week and make all the changes I need to make without having to hemorrhage money trying to get cards in Magic Online. So really appreciate their service. Their service is awesome. We also rent paper cards from them every now and again. That service is also very good. All the decisions, all the business decisions they make are great. I seriously feel like they're the opposite of WotC. Every time they make a decision, I'm super excited about it. I'm like, dang, that's a great change. Whereas WotC's pretty hit or miss. But no, for real, ManaTraders just does a fantastic job. Can't recommend their service enough. There's a link in the panels below and the description below. You can get started on that. You can use the code TEAMNOVAMTG to get 15% off your first 3 months. They even have a free trial now. There's no excuse. If you want to get better at Magic, I highly, 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 highly can't recommend enough. Get their service. It's awesome. Next is the End Games. It's a store in Charlottesville. They support Team Nova, and some of our members are locals to that store. So we really appreciate their support. They've done a lot for us, with both giving us discount on cards as well as, you know, allowing us to rent some cards as well sometimes when we're like week 1 standard and stuff like that. So we really appreciate their support. Really appreciate all they do for us. You can check out their website. They do have a storefront. And once again, you can use Team Nova MTG for, I think it's 10% off. I never remember, for 10% off your order. So it's just like, you know, free discount on cards. Everybody likes getting Magic cards for cheaper. So you can check out their wares on their website, link below, and you can use that code to get a little bit off your Magic cards, even sealed boxes, stuff like that. It's just free to get your discount. So I think you can get it on boxes. We're going to say you can. But check out the stuff. It's awesome. Supporting sponsor supports us. You should check their stuff out. Last but not least, Hipsters of the Coast is a content production website. They also are very active on social media. They'll keep you up to date on everything going on in Magic. And Team Nova does write for them. Every member of Team Nova will have articles up on Hipsters of the Coast routinely. I should be writing for them bi-weekly, but I'm also on the column that we write weekly for what we'd play for every time there's a tournament. So you can check out all our articles, all the stuff that we put out there. And there's a lot of other good podcasts, a lot of other good articles out there as well by a lot of really good writers. So you want to get better at Magic, doesn't cost you anything. Just click on the website, go read some articles, get a little bit better at Magic, and their site's great. Their site's easy to navigate, makes a lot of sense. So really like Hipsters of the Coast, really like reading Hipsters of the Coast, and I'm glad that they sponsor us. So very, very proud to be sponsored by all these people and all these companies, and we really appreciate their support. Really appreciate your support. Thank you all for everything you do, and I'll see you next time.